Cincinnati, Ohio. Steve, we got a great one tonight. Thanks so much for being in the press box with me. Of course, we had you on last year as a guest.
Yep.
Up in the booth. You did a fantastic job, and you know West Catholic football as well as anybody, having coached in the past. So we appreciate you pulling into Joe Sack, who's on assignment with his niece, and they will be he'll be with her as she gets married. Andy Sack's daughter, Nicole, getting married this weekend. So we're glad to have you.
Some things are more important than football, I guess. But,
I guess so.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invite, and I'm looking forward to an exciting game this evening.
Yeah, and I probably should cut to us to get us on screen here. That probably would be helpful. But, yeah, so we're here at the pit. Drove down about 6 hours yesterday, stayed at the Holiday Inn Express. First time I've ever traveled with the team. It's been a lot of fun for me. Talk to the coaches more and talk to the players as well. Hot, steamy night here. We got a little bit of rain, but that just created a little bit more of a steam. It hit 96 today, and I think it's still 110 in the press box. So
this is part of my weight loss routine, is being up here tonight.
If you see us sweat tonight, it's not anything to do with being nervous about broadcasting. It's about how hot it is up here. But we're really thrilled to be here. And again, the team came yesterday, had a little walkthrough, and they've been so hospitable here at Elder. Just thanks to really Kevin and Phil and the whole athletic department have been wonderful to us at West Catholic here, and just so glad to be here. Did a walkthrough. The team, they had their team dinner last night. They did a walkthrough. Spent the night at Holiday Inn Express over in Covington, Kentucky. A lot of West Catholic fans came down, parents and such. They went to the Reds game and Thomas Rhett concert after the Reds game last night, which was a wonderful experience for them. But so really just taking in the whole experience, and that's what it's really about for these kids. They're going to remember this kind of event where they're going all the way down to Cincinnati and playing at a historic stadium here at Bartlett Field.
Yeah, for a lot of kids, maybe first time away from home, right? First time in a hotel, yes, or traveling that far of a distance. So I think it's a really great experience for our team. And like you said, the folks have been very hospitable to us, very helpful as well. And this is quite a nice venue. I'm really impressed with the stadium and all the surrounding facilities. It's really a neat location.
It really is, and they call it the pit, right, because it is actually below street level, so you got to walk down into it. It's a horseshoe-shaped stadium, has about 10,000 seats here, and we'll see how much they're packing on. They have this tradition here where these students come on the field, and they'll run the entire length of the field, and then they'll go sit in the student section. So they're all in the end zone now, all in their purple and white shirts, and it's really a sight to behold.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and as long as we're talking about the crowd, I'm pretty impressed with our fans over on the visiting side, coming that far away. I know a lot of them are probably parents and family of the players, but it's nice that they're getting that kind of support, and to be this far away from home and still have a fan base is helpful.
It's very helpful. We're going to take a quick break right now. Just a few minutes, but we'll be right back with you. Stick with us. You're listening to West Catholic Falcon Football. I'm asking Joe to see if we're not on.
What's that?
Joe's saying we're not on.
Oh, I mean we wasted all that?
I don't know. There's a delay. Oh, we're on. Okay. I'm like, what? No, so it's not wasted.
Okay, good.
But you can still hear us. I think hot mic time.
You have to be careful.
Probably heard us. We wanted to make sure that we were on again with the thunderstorms in the area and stuff. We didn't know if we were on, but our technician, Joe Sack, who's back in Grand Rapids.
Our executive producer
is with us. So, hey, it's live radio. What do you say, Steve? That's the way it works. We got about 30 minutes to kick off, and again, we're in a rain delay, so we're it was a light rain, but it was really the lightning that they saw. And so sorry for coming on late, but if you've got anybody out there that's looking on Facebook and you're on Facebook, you see signs, let them know they can go to the YouTube Athletic Falcons website, and they can click on live and listen to us. So even though we got on late, we are definitely on. Let's talk about this West Catholic team, Steve.
Okay.
Last year from a year ago, went through the regular season undefeated, had a tremendous season. And then what we kind of thought would be this matchup came to fruition. We all year long, we're like, you know what? It could be Catholic Central against West Catholic in the district finals. Guess what happened? It was West Catholic against Catholic Central. And as the game approached, we thought, you know what? Whoever wins this game, with the way those teams have been playing, top 2 teams in Division 5, we thought probably that team's going to go on and win the state championship. And that's exactly what happened. Is West Catholic played at home, district finals. They lost 30-28. And what was really a hard-fought game, both sides could have went either way, and really was the game of the year.
In a lot of ways, those kinds of games, even though it was a loss, and the seniors don't want to go out with a loss, I know that.
Yes.
But that will be something that sticks with their memory, forever. The spirit in the crowd, the just the little chill in the air. It was just a great night for high school football. Hardest hitting game I saw all year long. And on both sides of the ball. I mean, both teams, both sides of the ball. So I was saddened by the fact we didn't come out on top, but all credit to Catholic Central for winning that game, and for then. Sometimes you have a letdown after a game like that, but they knew what they had to do to win the state championship.
They really did, and they're they're Russell Dixon, their running back. I mean, what a phenomenal game that he had. And for those of you who saw that game, it was 30-28, and West Catholic had crossed midfield, a little over a minute left. It got to a 4th down, and West Catholic Brendan Naporowski, who actually is an Our Lady of Consolation member, so I know his dad really well. And I'm like, of course, it's Brennan who made the tackle to save the day for Catholic Central. Yeah. And it was one of those things where with that minute left, it's like, gosh, I think if we get a 1st down here, I thought West Catholic would probably win it on a last-second field goal, and it just wasn't in the cards. But what a wonderful year for West Catholic. High-powered offense, the historic high-powered offense. They scored 599 points last season, or a 49.9 average. So averaging 50 points a game, running clock. And other than Catholic Central, the only other team that really gave them fits was Coopersville earlier in the year, where they had to come back and win it with a field goal at the end of the game.
Yeah, that was a nail biter for sure.
Yes.
Come down and kick a field goal at the end to win it. But I think that helped our kids a lot, to get that kind of experience and then put them in that same position later on in the season against Catholic Central. So here come the thundering herd of the Panthers.
Yes.
And their band on the field right now. It's pretty impressive.
It is really impressive. They have they got a lot of players, a lot of big guys on their team. We'll talk a little bit more.
You
about Elder.
You mentioned the number of running clocks that we had last year, and there's a part of me as a coach that didn't like the running clock, but there's a part that you get a lot of kids in the game, but you don't have a lot of time to get them in the game, but it avoids injuries, it avoids temper flare-ups and things that can affect kids when they're being beat that badly.
Right.
They don't always respond correctly to the situation. But we saw a lot of kids play. They got a lot of minutes, and that's going to help this year's team out.
It is. So. And talking to Coach Darren Smith on the defensive side of the ball, he was really happy that a lot of these players, and we'll talk more about them, had a chance to get in like you did. And even like the backup running backs, which we'll talk a little bit more about. As we reflect more on last year and that 50 points per game, certainly was led by that rushing attack, over 3,300 yards, 3,388 to be exact, on the ground last year, led by Charlie DeBrune. He had 1,733 yards and 25 touchdowns. And so here's a guy who had to come in after Timmy Kloska had a record-breaking career, and you're like, hey, is Charlie DeBruin going to be able to handle it? And he answered the call with those 1,700 yards and 25 touchdowns in a big way.
Big way. And then thinking back again, I don't want to keep harping on this point, but having running clocks means your starters aren't playing a lot of minutes, a lot of time. And so to get those kinds of numbers in those abbreviated number of minutes is even more impressive. And then you know me, I'm the former offensive line coach, so I'm going to give a lot of credit to the offensive line for helping get those yards for the running back.
Well, you should, and they did a great job last year. At the quarterback position last year, Alec Wickstrom, Joe and I called him Mr. Efficiency because he just got it done. He only had 2 interceptions the whole entire year, 18 touchdowns, over 1,400 yards. So he had a tremendous year. And then, of course, at wide receiver, Ryer Snow, big play guy with Ryer Snow. He had nearly 500 yards receiving, averaged 21 yards a catch. And so he got downfield. His big body, he's playing at Grand Valley this year, and he really was able to stretch the field. And then, of course, you followed that up with a lot of jet sweeps, but also just a lot of little screen flare-outs to Carter Perry, who had 7 touchdowns, and just did a wonderful job at the wide receiving core last year as well.
Yeah, and not all, you get a lot of passing yards, but not all of them are throws down the field. A lot of those are yards after a catch. Again, credit to the line for providing the blocking. Great leadership from Alex Wickstrom and making the right reads, getting the ball to the right people. That's what senior leadership is all about.
So looking at this year, how do we replace this high-powered offense? Well, hey, DeBruin had to follow Klaska. Well, Brittenfeld, to your point, he got in a lot because, DeBruin took a seat in the second half a lot of times, and Brittenfeld did a wonderful job. He had 55 rushing attempts, 359 yards, 5 touchdowns. So that 6.5-yard average is what you love to see out of your backup running back.
That's not a starter, right?
Right.
So that's amazing, that kind of depth. And for a school our size, to have that number of people that can contribute as juniors and then step up as a senior. Hopefully.
And that's exactly what we'll look for out of Brittenfeld being the starter this year. And then he'll be backed up by Connor Olszewski. Connor, limited touches last year, but did get 132 yards in 3 touchdowns. And what was interesting with Connor, he caught the ball really well. 8 receptions for 175 yards in 2 touchdowns. So kind of a dual threat out of the speedster, Connor Olszewski.
Yeah, and that might help too this year, having experience in both those roles. The coach has some options then to make use of that.
We're being very thankful because as the sun goes down, the sun goes right into the press box where it's really hot, and so we're sweating up here a little bit, about 110 here in the press box, but the cloud is slowly going over the sun, so we're like, hey, you know what, if you can just stay there until you go down the start of the game, that would be a wonderful thing. I think
we'll be okay.
For Grady Augustin, he's got big shoes to fill for Alec Wickstrom. He's a junior, getting his first start. He got in games last year, but it was the handoff, right? It was because we didn't have to throw the ball and we didn't want to run up the score in anymore. He really didn't have any completions. And so big expectations as a junior comes in to make his first start in kind of a hostile environment here in Cincinnati.
Yes, that it can go either way, right?
Yes.
I mean, he may come and step right up and make big contribution right off the bat. It'll be interesting to see how he handles it. There will be some pregame jitters no matter where we were playing. I think this adds a little bit of another layer on top of it. But coaches picked him for a reason, right?
Yes,
I mean,
they
must see something in practice and know what he had done last year. So the key to that is just helping call the right plays at the beginning so there's some early success that then you can build on for the rest of the game.
Absolutely. So. Now, he's a left-hander, so you take a guy like Jacob Timmer, 6'5", about 250, you shift him over to the right side, and he's going to be the protector of the left-handed Augustin. He's going to need a lot of protection. They've got a couple D1 type linebackers that we'll talk a little bit more about, Steve.
Yep.
But safe to say they're going to be putting pressure on Grady when he gets back in the pocket tonight.
Yep. So our team is getting a nice welcome from the home fans here.
Yeah, they sure are.
The offensive line has a lot of responsibility. As we said earlier, a starting quarterback that has not started a varsity game, protect him. Make sure that he is able to get the time he needs and not throw off his timing and help those plays to turn out successfully. So
you look at wide receiver. Well, how do we replace a guy like Wire Snow and Carter Perry? And we're going to go to a transfer in Jack Zagunis, who came over from Kennewa Hills, and then Ethan Gottlaber, who's going to be a starter. So you've got two new guys. So you got a new quarterback throwing the ball, two receivers that haven't been used to catching the ball from Grady Augustin.
Yeah, it'll be. It'll be interesting to see how this all develops. You hate to make any predictions or projections. I do like the attitude that the coaching staff has, and we had this back in my day. We just reload, right?
Yes.
Or we have kids that they were playing against the best team in the state in practice all year. Now it's their turn to do it during the games on the field. So
you can't at the high school level, right? It's not like the Tigers. You got 6-8 years to rebuild. You can't rebuild. You got to reload.
You got to take advantage of all these opportunities, and the regular season is so short, 9 games.
Yeah,
everyone counts. Everyone matters. But it's about getting that experience now, learning what everybody can do, and then putting it all together. You're sort of building the plane a little bit as it's flying. But you've got to have a little patience, but then everybody's got to step up and do their job.
They do. Well, welcome again, everybody, to the Fox Pools pregame show. Tom Mikowski along with my sidekick, Steve Abid, who's filling in for the regular Joe Sack, and so appreciative to have the former coach of the Falcons, Steve Abid, in the box with me tonight, and whose grandson, AJ's on the team.
Yeah, my grandson's a sophomore. He's on the roster for this game. Don't know if you'll see any action. I doubt it, as 10th graders.
Yes, sure. With the experience of being here,
right?
The
experience. He's got some of his fellow JV players also along for this trip. So it's sort of fun to be here as a grandpa, right?
Yes, right.
So,
right.
It makes me feel a little bit older than I already feel. But
young at heart.
My kids and their kids, all proud Falcons. So it's good to be able to watch it a little bit differently than I did the previous go around. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't care. The other night, the JV had their first game and they won. And somebody asked how AJ had done, and
yes.
I said, as a grandpa, I was really proud. And then I said, but as a coach, he has some work to do.
Always strive for continuous. Hey, even Patrick Mahomes has work to do with things, right? That's what you got to tell these kids.
I remember hearing Brett Favre say the harshest critic he had was his dad. He could never please his dad.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, hey, as we continue with the Fox Pools pregame show here, let's kind of shift gears, Steve, and let's talk a little bit about the defense here for West Catholic. Last year, Chris Schaub led the defense last year, had 70 tackles. Good news is Chris Schaub is back at his linebacker position again this year. But they do have some big holes to fill. We look at defensively, some of the leading tacklers, Charlie DeBrune, who had an interception for a touchdown return. You have Nolan Reinhardt, who did amazing as a special teams returner. I think he had 4 runbacks for, set a West Catholic record in kick returns. Fantastic job in special teams, but he had 3 interceptions, 2 of them for touchdowns last year. Josh Mitchell, it seems like we called his name a lot last year. Ethan Stoner, Mike Murphy, Ryer Snow, all those guys did a wonderful job on defense last year. They held opponents to about 12 points a game. So, you talk about that high-powered offense that delivered 50 points a game. But, boy, what a stingy defense they had as well, and sometimes it got overshadowed.
Yeah.
I mean, only giving up 12 points a game is amazing.
Well, our motto back in the 80s and early 90s was you win on defense. And so you put a good defense out on the field, the worst thing that happens is a 0-0, right? If you can stop the other team. So they were stingy. They helped get those running clocks, right? You keep that other team from the end zone, and that gives everybody a chance to play. And there was some great hitting. I mean, our kids really stuck people last year, and that was fun to watch as the former defensive caller, signal caller. So, and those kids, they're going to be hard to replace. Sometimes it's a little easier to replace people on offense than on defense, right? Because defense is more instinctual.
Yes.
We can script out where we want you to go on offense, and there is a little bit of variation to that. But on defense, you have to react, and you have to know what your opponent's going to do and get there before he does. So I'm hopeful that they were able to fill those shoes. But, again, reloading.
And we're going to find out soon. But we take a look at key returners on defense. You've got Connor Olszewski, he'll be at one safety. Aaron Ricord, who, I was talking to defensive coordinator Darren Smith before the game, and he goes, Ricord is a player. I mean, he is a player. And so I don't know if he's going to play at the next level, but, like sometimes at a Division V level, sometimes the players might get overlooked, for college. A guy like Jacob Timmer, who's had Eastern Michigan and others as a junior, he's going to get some offers. I mean, 6'5", 250, 260, he's going to get some offers for sure. But sometimes those defensive backs and things like that, especially maybe if you're a little bit undersized, you might be overlooked. But then you look and go, that kid can play. And it might be at a D3 level, but that kid's got the makeup of a football player.
You can never measure the size of a kid's heart.
Right.
And when they're out here and giving it up for the team, probably don't care that much about whatever individual honors or recruiting or whatever. Let's just win. And if something happens, that's great. So I hope that they all have fun. I hope everybody stays safe,
right.
Injury-free. And they look back on this with a lot of fondness. That's the whole reason for coaching.
That is the key. As we talk a little bit more about that defense, Gabe Schwieters, who had a really good year last year, he's going to be coming back. And then, so those are some of the key returners, and we'll look at additions to the defense that maybe didn't get their shot last year. Colin Abram, the sophomore, going to start at linebacker, and so wonderful athlete, right? Wonderful running back last year at the JV level, played great defensively. And they're going to count on him to start, not at running back because you've got David Brittenfeld. He'll back him up on offense, but on defense, they'll be counting on him a lot at linebacker.
Yeah, and I think the key to our defense is the linebacking core. Plug the holes with the D line, but then the linebackers make the tackles. And Colin is impressive. He's a 10th grader, so I've watched him since he was in 5th grade, and from Holy Spirit.
Right?
Yeah, he's in that same class. And last year, I think he scored because of the 5th quarter rule with the freshmen able to play JV for a quarter. I think he scored 9 touchdowns in one game. 5 or 6 with the freshman and 3 more with the JV. I might have my numbers wrong, but I know what I saw.
I think it was 8 or 9. I think you're right.
I'm happy for him. I think he'll be a great addition to that linebacking core and stand some people up and make some big sticks. So
yeah, for sure. In addition to Colin Abram, Trace Tanis at nose tackle. He's going to see his first start. And in talking to Darren Smith, again, the defensive coordinator at West, I had asked him, today over breakfast, I'm like, hey, look at Darren, is there one kid out there? I mean, a lot of kids you expect to make great strides. But, on a person who's really come in this year and you're going, holy cow, now this guy has put in a hard offseason, a hard preseason, and he's really stepped up his game. His answer was, there's a few people out there. Trace Tanis, he's the guy.
That's really cool. And that's sort of a position that doesn't get a lot of attention, right? I mean, you're playing the nose tackle, and I'm not exactly sure what his responsibilities might be. I know what it was in our defense, and basically help the linebackers to be able to do their job by you occupying at least one, if not 2, offensive linemen at the same time.
Yeah. So talked a lot about West Catholic. Well, there's another team that's on the field tonight in Cincinnati Elder, who's got an amazing tradition. You've got a coach that has over 200 wins in Doug Ramsey. And so, you know what? This guy knows how to coach, right? I mean, he's pretty amazing. They have some great players. They won last week. Their win last week was 28-6 over Withrow. And Rutro-Rithrow. That's exactly what people were saying last week, because it's like Cincinnati Elder went into Rithrow and really we're not good guests.
Well, let's return the favor. Right?
Yes, right.
That could be our thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so, Coach Ramsey has, as you said, been here for 28 years. I looked up in the state of Ohio football records. He's 217, 102 all time. He ranks 5th all time in Ohio football coaches all time.
Wow.
And he's still coaching, so it's possible he could move up that ladder a little bit more. To me, that's really, really, somebody to stay here that long, and obviously to have the success. They've won a couple of state championships, and they're usually ranked pretty high in this part of the state of Ohio. They get a lot of attention from the media and from those that do those kinds of rankings. So, interesting stat. I don't know if you want me to share
absolutely.
what I've been able to learn, but last year they scored 328 points and they gave up 328 points. So they were
wow.
That's big.
And they still had a winning record.
They had a winning record. They were 7-5. They made the playoffs and lost in the second round. So I did the math. I added up all their scores, and I thought I had made a mistake, and I went back and did it 3 times.
Yeah.
But 328 points for and 328 against. So
wow.
I saw part of their game against Withrow. I watched a little bit of film and with my son Chris, and we broke it down a little bit. I'm too old to be scouting anymore, but I think I have a little bit of a feel for what they're doing.
Right.
And there's some really hard-nosed kids on both sides of the ball. They have a couple of more than one Division I recruits that are big and fast and athletic. So we might have our hands full a little bit with some of those guys.
Yeah, I think we will. We look at last week and that their quarterback, Estep, really, I mean, just a really good athlete, dual threat. He went 96 yards passing last week in his first start, 85 yards rushing. So when we look at a guy who can run the ball and pass the ball, that means your defensive ends better do a good job and contain.
Yep.
And all your experience with the line, you know that better than anybody.
True. And he is a sophomore.
Yeah.
So he's got one start. This will be his second. So maybe for him a little bit of jitters too, right? I can't say for sure, but I think he looks like he wants to run more than he wants to throw. So being aware of that and containing, that's going to be a big part of what we have to do defensively to stop their whole offense.
Yeah, and you look at the running attack, Joey Thaman, who's a senior, probably going to get the bulk of their carries there. 5'8", 155 pounds, and so you look at this roster and you go, 5'8", 155. I got to remind you, Barry Sanders was 5'8". Now, he is about 210, but he probably wasn't 210 in high school
right.
or college, and he ran all over the place.
Yeah.
And you really have a shifty runner that West Catholic not only have to contain the quarterback, but they're going to have to contain Joey Thaman too, because he'll want to get around the edges tonight.
Yep, and they move him around. They'll put him at H-back, and then they'll want him a couple of different ways. They'll show a lot of different formations. So, again, our kids are well taught, so they'll know how to adjust and make the right decisions. But they'll try to catch us off guard a couple of times, and hopefully we again step up and make the right plays. So.
And one guy that'll be blocking on the edge for him, Steve, is a guy by the name of Braden Boeing. Okay, you're not going to see him fly tonight, but you will see him do a lot of blocking for him because he's 6'5", 250 pounds. He is a signee with Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
And so great blocker, and he can get downfield. So the West Catholic defensive backs and the linebackers are going to have to do a good job of watching him coming out from his position at tight end.
I had to do a double take when I first saw that on film. It was like, is that guy in the backfield and he's supposed to be on the line? I mean,
right.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we handle him.
How they kind of move him around.
Exactly.
And then, of course, at wide receiver, Adam Ray is a 6 foot, 160-pound speedster. He'll see some action. Then 5'9", 160, Christopher Path is the other wideout that can get downfield as well.
Yeah. I had a hard time figuring out if they were trying to throw to wide receivers or not, because they were having success with the running game, and so. But we may present a different kind of problem for them.
Yeah.
So
we would talk about their big linebackers, Derek Urin, number 5, and then you got a guy by the name of Maddox Arnold, number 22, that Toledo, Ohio, that University of Toledo signing. And so you look at the D1 talent here at Elder, and you're like, wow, these guys are for real.
They're for real. Arnold also plays offense too, so he's on both sides of the ball, so they make use of his talent. But I think the University of Toledo wants him for defense. But he's impressive. Yeah. You'll notice him right away when he's out there.
We got about 3.5 minutes left. We are at the Pit in Cincinnati, Elder High School, David Bartlett Field here, and we're looking out here, and the sun is starting to go down, and we're thankful that a cloud is there. They got a nice little purple panther in midfield, and we're playing on artificial turf tonight. We got Elder painted in white and purple on one end zone, and Panthers in white in the other end zone. And it is purple and white night here for sure at Elder High School. It's starting to fill in here, and we're glad that you joined us tonight. Let's talk a little bit about the keys to the game and also other things that you can look for out of Elder tonight, Steve.
Sure. Well, I think again, only having seen them one time.
Yes.
But ball security for them. Take care of the ball. Don't turn it over. Last thing you want to do is give a visiting team, some sort of good field position with turnover. I would say that avoiding big plays is key for them. They fell behind last week against Withrow on a big play, and so. Just getting three and outs, that's consistency. And then taking advantage of home field. That's a big advantage normally.
Sure.
It's even more so with the amount of distance we had to travel and being a little bit out of our routine.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Well, I look at the keys of the game for West Catholic. I think it's going to be to contain Joey Thaman. At 5'8", he's a speedster, like I say, that be able to contain him because, to your point, big plays, I have to agree with you. We let up some big plays. I think it could be a long night. And secondly, I think it comes down to Grady Augustin. Sophomore quarterback, how does he keep his poise in a hostile environment like this, not to turn over the ball, right? As a sophomore, you're like, we got to build the confidence. So I think the confidence of Grady Augustin, can we get some screen passes out to, Zagunis and
short
yes,
passes.
Gottleber, some of those guys, maybe even David Brittenfeld or Connor Oshevsky out of the backfield. But I think if Grady Augustin has a good game, then I think West Catholic can come out the victors. Let me tell you, coming in tonight, let you know the big matchup here. I look at Max Preps. All divisions, Steve, they had West Catholic ranked number 7 in all divisions.
Wow.
I had a Catholic Central behind the Rockfords and the Bellevilles, but at number 7 in the state. And then you look at the all divisions Ohio ranking, and Elder was tied for number 24.
So I saw that.
Collision of two powerhouses.
I think for us, a couple of keys is to avoid those first game jitters that we mentioned. Containing the quarterback as well as the running back, and then to play error-free football. That's always important.
So this is great timing. We're off to a great start here in Cincinnati Elder High School, and the PA announcer is announcing the team. Both teams are lined up on the sidelines getting ready for the national anthem, and we just saw a streak of lightning. So bear with us. Hopefully there's not going to be another delay. Hopefully it's off at a distance, but we will see as they are praying right now. So we're going to take a moment to pray with Elder High School.
May each of us be aware of your goodness in our lives, and may this goodness pour out of us as a witness to your endless grace. We are reminded that your presence is among us, and help us to remember that you are the center of everything we do. Lord, you are our inspiration, our teacher, our coach, and our protector. We thank you for the many ways we are blessed, for our schools, our teachers and staffs, and those who support Catholic education. We ask that you bless the members of the West Catholic and Elder communities and guide our schools in their faith-based missions. Lord, bless those serving in our countries who are far away from their families as they protect and defend our freedom. We ask that you bless the members of both of our communities, all those who need our prayers this evening, and for all to have a safe journey home after the game. Amen.
Amen.
And now to honor America, please remove your hats, face the flag, and join your Elder Marching Panther Band in the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Hey, if you're out there listening to us tonight, please give us a shout out, 616-485-4825, 616-485-4825. A little bit different number is Steve Abed filling in for Joe Sack this evening. We're happy to have Steve join us. And I am posting on the website right now that we are live and ready to go. Make sure you share this as well. I'm on the West Catholic Athletics Facebook page, as well as the Grand Rapids West Catholic football page, letting people know that we are live out there. So feel free to share the link, and hopefully more of you folks can join us from the west side, as West Catholic will receive tonight. And Elder will be kicking off in their purple uniforms, white helmets. They got the purple numbers on their helmets. They've got the purple uniforms, all purple with the white numbers. West Catholic, white tops with the green numbers and the green pants. Going back for West Catholic is number 1, Matt Gutierrez. Here comes the kick, squibbed kick, short kick, will be fielded at 30 by West. Up to the 35, up to the 40 goes number
25.
Number 25, Jacob Dusso. So Jacob Dusso, nice job there. And
yeah, good field position to start.
Steve, I'll have you put your mic up a little bit closer to your mouth there, just so
how's that?
Our
that
listeners,
better?
yes, so our listeners can hear even better, which is wonderful. Thank you so much. As Grady Augustin will send 3 wide right as they go left to right on your radio dial, 1 near or far left for West. Britton Feld's in the backfield. 3-4 defense for Elder. Augustine calling out the signals. He's going to throw on the first down. Out in the flats. In and out of the hands of number 11, Aaron McCord. So falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for West.
Looks like he had a little bit of running room, just didn't look it all the way into his hands that time. So
we'll look at our offensive starters for you on Facebook as we see Grady Augustine at quarterback, Brittenfeld at running back, Zagunis and Gottliber at wide receiver along with Aaron McCord. Max Wildman is your tight end. And here goes Augustine. He'll go out in the flare. He's going to go deep to Record, and in and out of his hands. Yeah, Record had to turn. It was behind him.
He had to turn a little bit for it.
Yes.
He was open, though. So far, we've had a couple of good chances.
We have. Offensive linemen, Dakota Myron, Gabe Powers, Chris Schaub, Charlie Stopker, and Jacob Timmer. 3rd and 10 for West. Ball's at the 40. Augustine gets it, steps up the pocket, plenty of time, going to go deep, and he overthrows his receiver. They're looking for Connor Olszewski. And Steve, if you're landing Grove, you're like, this is not the start we want for Grady Augustine. You and I talked about it in the pregame. That really a big part of this game, success for West Catholic's getting the confidence for Grady Augustine.
Yeah, I think maybe get those jitters out of the way, turn it over to the defense, let them get 3 and out, and try it again. But we know what works now, too. We've got a couple of plays that look like we could make something out of. So we'll see what they do the second time they get the ball. Right now it's all about getting that.
Here goes the punt, and almost Aiden Marsiglia got the punt off down to the 28, where Elder takes it up to the 32 on the far sideline. The ball hit the ground before it got to Aaron. It could have been trouble.
Yeah, a little bit of a bad snap there, a little bit.
Yes.
It bounced a couple of times. He got it off, but luckily, and now the Panthers have the ball at the 32-yard line.
Let's look at the defensive starters. Defensive line, Hunter Price. At the nose tackle will be Trace Tanis. Your ends will be Colin Hunter and Luke Radlinski. Chris Schaub, Abram Brittenfeld at linebacker. Schwieters is the DP along with Record, Olszewski, and Fisher. And here goes Elder quick as they go right to left. Rolling left and out in the flats. A quick completion out to number 4. That's Joey Thaman. We said we got to watch out for him. And he's got a pickup of 8 on 1st and 10.
Dom Fisher in on the tackle that time, forced him out of bounds. Yeah, they were playing it a little soft.
So 2nd and 2. Remember, Elder has had a chance to work out those kicks as they played last week.
Exactly.
So that helped out. Here goes shotgun formation. Caden Estep, 5'11", 160 sophomore quarterback.
Procedure.
And Steve, as you look at the offensive line for Elder, you look on the left side, and the guy protecting him, number 77. He's a big boy.
Yes. Yeah.
Tyler Scott. He's 6'5". Well, let's see what he is. Yeah, 6'4", 300.
Yeah, that's a big high school kid.
Yeah.
And
that's a big piece of beef.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
So.
And now they're moving him over to the right side. Let's see if they end up running to the right side. So they shifted him from left to right, which is interesting. I'd watch for the run to the right side. And Estep does go to the right. Now he's just back into the middle. Breaks a couple tackles, but he'll get wrapped up. Nice job by number 20, David Brittenfeld, coming in from his linebacker core. And now was there a flag on the play? I thought I saw a flag.
Not seeing one, no.
Nope, okay.
Third and short.
Lose a yard on the play. So 3rd and 3. Big 3rd down play for the West Catholic defense early here in the first. We're just getting started in case you just joined us. 10-minute mark, 0-0 is your score. We got on late because there was a lightning delay here, so we apologize for getting on late tonight, but hopefully you're joining us, and make sure all your friends know that, yes, we are indeed on in case they try to join us at 7 o'clock. Here goes a handoff to the left side.
Nice job
and
there.
Stuff right there at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll bring up fourth down is number 22, Maddox Arnold, the Toledo, Ohio, University of Toledo signee, 6'2", 225, got stuffed up the middle.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Tyler Lorenzen again, stuffing up that center and sort of making it hard for them to create a hole.
Connor Olszewski will be back deep as Elder's going to punt. Nice punt. End over end kick. Low driving kick hits at the 27. Takes an Elder bounce. Will be inside the 15. That looks like. Let's see where they mark it. They haven't marked it yet. Of course, Elder's saying, hey, it's inside the 15. And the ref says, no, it's at the 16. Good try.
So we were in a little bit of a hole here. We've got to work our way out of it.
So the second start, let's see if Brady Augustin and company got their jitters out of the way here as they go left to right on your radio dial. Falcons against the Panthers. First game of the year for West Catholic, the second for the 1-0 Elder Panthers. Shotgun formation, I formation, Britton fell behind him. He's going to get the ball, go over the right side. Sheds one tackler, but two other Panthers in on the tackle. No gain on the play for Britton foul.
Boy,
and there's that good linebacker.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
They really closed the gap quickly. At first it looked like there was something, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did, Steve. Sun begins to set here into the press box as Augustin's got Brittenfeld off to his left. He'll look over to the sidelines, get the play from Grove. Shifting over from right to left is Aaron Record. Now, two wide left, one right here on the near side for West. Here goes Augustin. He's going to roll left. Got a receiver out there trying to shift and break a tackle, but no going. That's number 3, Jack Zagunis. His first reception is a Falcon. Pickup of a couple on the play. Going to bring up third and long, Steve.
Yep. So he's got a completion out of the way. You know, let's look at our successes here, and
that's right.
Let's build on that. It's third and about 5.
Ball's at the 22. Clapping away goes Augustin, the lefty for West Catholic. Two wide right here on the near side, one left. Artificial turf. West Catholic going left to right on your radio dial. Here goes a jet sweep, and tackle's going to be made on Aaron Record. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to get a kid like that who's got some speed out in the open, but give Elder some credit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're filling those gaps really quickly.
They're pursuing very well to the ball. Running that to the short side, just speculating might be trying to set something up coming back the other way.
Right.
That would be
maybe like
it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So, right. Set that up for the reverse later on.
Reverse or throwback, something like that.
4th down and 3 is West Catholic. Low snap again. Here goes the end over end kick. Good kick. Sends Elder back down to the 38. And come back here on the near side, 40, 45, 50, 45, still on his feet at the 40, cuts inside to the 35 and gets tackled at the 31 is number 29 for Elder. That's going to be Connor Sandhaus. And looks like there might be a flag on the play. There was a hold on the play. So yeah, they're gonna back the truck up here on the hole.
The blocking on that, aside from the hold, was really impressive. They set it up so nicely on our right side, their left.
And it's interesting here. I thought the hold was actually back here at the 40. Apparently they said it was around midfield, so it'll back up the ball to the 42. So they've gotten it into West Catholic territory. Still have good field position at the 43-yard line as they go right to left on your radio dial here. Their second possession of the night for Elder. 0-0 is your score. 6:38 here in the first. In case you just joined us, we're coming to you from the pit, Cincinnati Elder High School. E-step, shotgun formation. He's alone in the backfield. He'll step up in the pocket. He looks, and he's got his big tight end open over the right side, far side up to the 42. That's number 85, Christopher Fab.
He was
Gutierrez, I guess, yeah.
very wide open, great protection.
Yeah, he was.
Step had a lot of time.
Yeah, sorry, that's 5'9", 160, Christopher Paff. We had 2 touchdowns last week for the Panthers. So 1st and 10, ball's at the 40 of West. As Elder's on the move, one single back for Elder. E-step steps up. He'll call out the signals. He'll step back in place now. He'll hand up over the middle. Here's number 4, and he'll cut it into the 35, into the 33. That's Derek Uran. And he ran all right, 6'2", 190. He ran for a gain of 7 on the play.
Colin Hunter in on the tackle there. Yeah, he got a big chunk off. 2nd and short in the opponent's end of the field. Lots of options available right here. Maybe a throw into the end zone.
Uran sticks in the backfield. Or no, that's Joey Thaman, I'm sorry. And he'll go off to the left. Empty backfield now for E-step. He'll roll left. He'll look downfield. He's got a receiver there. Number 85 again is Paff. And he'll get stuck right away. The ball came loose. And they're going to say he's down. Oh, my goodness gracious. I thought he ripped it. I thought he ripped it out of his hands. That was Chris Schaub who ripped it out of him. And he said he blew the whistle already.
That was close.
That was really close. Ball's going to be at the 26. That could have been a big change of events for West Catholic. Not happy about them, but at the end of the day, you got to just play.
Yep. Can't do anything about it. It's probably the right call, but still.
Yeah, first.
Nice. Yeah,
1st and 10, 5:04, scoreless first. Both teams have had the ball. West Catholic a couple times have not been able to get downfield, but Elder has as they're marching here at the 25-yard line. Single backfield. Getting the ball up the middle is Thaman. He found a little crease. He's down to the 20. Pickup of about 6 on the play, Steve.
They pulled their backside tackle on that. Now they're doing a little hurry up.
Yep, they sure are. Thaman will go off to the right side of E-step this time. Quick bark. He's going to fake the ball to him. He's going to go out in the flats. He's got a receiver out there at the 10. Stiff arm, 5. Touchdown, Elder. I didn't even see the umpire never even put his hands up.
I didn't see it either.
Right? That was number 17, Jackson Ruth, 5'10", 160-pound junior with the Panther touchdown. Yeah, the near side judge there never even put his hands up for a touchdown. I'm like, well, that looked like a touchdown.
Yeah,
it was a touchdown.
Pretty confident he was in there.
He just forgot to put him up.
So a 26-yard touchdown pass.
Extra point is good. So that's Max Crawford with the extra point. It's 7-0 is your score. So there we kind of like that. 5 plays, 57-yard drive, 2-minute 14 second possession, 20-yard pass, E-step to Ruth. And it's 7-0 is your score. So, all right. Well, Steve, didn't take them long, did it?
No, second possession, they sort of felt out what we were doing in the first possession and then found a couple of things they could do and took advantage of it. So
sure did.
Now we have to respond. With 4:24 to go in the first quarter.
So that was at the 4:24 mark. E-step to Ruth. Pass touchdown of 20 yards. 7-0 is your score. As I fill out my football summary, comes in handy in the fourth quarter when you can't remember what happened in the first quarter, Steve. Short kick again, and West Catholic will field it again. That's number 25. Jacob Dusso again, and They kind of like kicking to do so. He's like, that's fine. I'll put it up to the 35. Not bad field position here.
We'll take it. Now let's do something with it.
So again, in case you just joined us, 7-0 is your score. 4:19 mark here as we're at Cincinnati Elder High School. Bartlett Field in the pit. So we're below street level here. 2 left, 2 right for West. Little jet sweep handoff, cut back inside by Connor Olszewski. Didn't fake Elder out though, but a pickup of about 3 or 4 on the play will give Connor 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for West.
You can pick up 4 yards on first down. That's a good. Now let's get some consistency.
Yeah.
Get a couple of first downs.
I like 3 times 4. For these really old math professors. That's 12.
Right.
Fake. Here goes a run inside.
That was Callahan. Peterson? Is he in at quarterback? Now he just came out.
Yeah, Callahan Peterson. His first snap of the night. Tried to kind of throw them off.
I wasn't sure if I was seeing
the
that.
The junior
correct.
quarterback? Yeah, absolutely.
So now we're back with Grady.
Quarterback draw, nets him about a yard or so. 3rd down and a long 4 for West. Trips right on the near side as Gabe Schwieters will go wide left. Single coverage out there on the far side. Here goes Augustin. He fakes. He looks in the middle now, and he's got Connor Olszewski setting up in the middle, and he fumbles the ball after he got hit, and here comes the flag. So I don't know if he got hit up high. Let's see what they call, Steve. I mean, the flag went as soon as he got hit. So, of course, the Elder folks here aren't going to like it. Boy, it's a packed house here. Look at here on the near side in front of the press box. Now they're talking it over, and they're going to see if there's going to be a flag or not, or are they going to pick it up?
The fans are reacting, but we don't know who the penalty is.
Yeah, do they convince personal foul, defense on the Panthers? So they're going to march off 15. Looks like he hit him high. So
that's the only thing I can, or maybe it was pass interference, but it would be hard to
I
make that call.
Yeah, unless he got pulled early and we didn't see it.
Yeah.
So he rather got hit up high or he got pulled early. But needless to say, Connor Olszewski didn't get it. But 1st and 10 is West Catholic gets a first down, 44-yard line of Elder. Elder 3-4 defense. Here goes Grady. He'll go left. He's got some room to run if he wants to. He's going to throw the ball on the near sideline. He's going to complete it. Connor Olszewski.
Another first down. That's great.
Inside, right at the 30-yard line, Steve.
He had good protection. He was just having trouble finding anybody that was open. So running, and then and Connor made a good adjustment to come back to where the ball was going to be.
In case you're just joining us, we can only do audio. We don't have a hookup to video. We will at all the home games this year. We're hooked up to the West Catholic Huddle Cam, but the audio broadcast only here. Hand up the middle, number 20, 15. No, almost down to the 15. 25, 20 to 18, and that's number 20, David Brittenfeld. Almost broke it.
Almost. He was one man away from getting into that end zone.
Kind of remind me of Charlie DeBrun from last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's like... The kid can run. I'm sure he had a great offseason. 2:36 mark, 7-0 Elder over West. Brittenfeld will go to the right of Augustin. Hand up over the right side again. Patient run by Brittenfeld. He'll cut it inside, but he probably picks up maybe a yard on the... 3-yard gain.
About
I'm sorry.
3. Yep. Nice little surge by the line. Nothing great, but just enough.
Yeah, nice. Actually, a nice little pickup.
And we're in 4-down territory here too, so that could come into play.
Yeah. Although Landon Smith's he can kick the ball, right? Sophomore kicker last year, coming back this year as a junior. We're at the 2-minute mark. And West Catholic's content with taking their time. Long sustained drives, keeping the hands out of Elder offense. Probably not a bad route to go. Augustin, shotgun. Fakes it. He'll go right and he'll get hit. And then he breaks the tackle, but down right away. He had nowhere to go. He wanted to pitch it to Connor Olszewski, but he had nowhere to go, and Augustine went down. Took a couple big hits.
They sniffed it out pretty quickly.
They'll lose that 3 or 4 on the play. They bring up 3rd and 11. Grady's not a big kid, so you don't want him to take a lot of hits.
No, he's strong, but he's not big.
Yeah.
So.
Trips left, one on the near side is Schwieters. Brittenfeld in the backfield. Augustine going deep. He's got a receiver there. He underthrows him. Interception. Yeah, just totally underthrew him.
Yeah.
And they just sat back there and they waited for him. That's number 29.
Yeah, I think
Cooper Sandhaus with the interception.
I don't know if he ran faster than he thought he was going to run, or if he just didn't see the defender.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was a little easy. Hey, we want to say hi to the Kimballs out there. They're out in Texas enjoying the brisket in Texas. Hey, I bet they got good brisket here. We're in the pit.
Yeah, we're in the pit. I have not had any barbecue, but...
But I'm telling you what, they bring food up here at halftime, and if I could eat that brisket that Rick Kimball set, I would eat it right now through the screen.
So the Panthers take over on the 20.
So here we go. Handoff over to the right side. Cutting up in the middle is Thayman. Ball goes down. Of course, you're going to call it down again. Boy, West Catholic defense and the coaching staff is not happy on the quick whistle. That's 2 times.
Yeah, that time I think he really fumbled it. I wasn't sure he was down yet.
Yeah. So here we go, 2nd down and 6 to go at the 4-yard pickup. Single backfield. Shotgun, fake. Flare pass out in the near side here to 30, up to the 33. On the ball's on the ground again. This time, West has it.
Right, we got it.
Yes.
Good job.
3rd time's a charm, Steve.
That's right. You just got to be patient.
Christopher Path caught the ball, had a 1st down for Elder, and recovered by West.
Recovered.
Dussault.
Yeah.
Dussault with the cover.
Yep.
Good job. Steve, I tell you what, you're picking up on this. You are a great right-hand color man right there, because I didn't even pick that up. I was so excited that we got it.
Well, we got maybe 3 snaps of the ball before the quarter ends. We'll see.
So 1st and 10. 21 seconds left here in the first. Elder's up 7-0. Ball is going to be at the 34. West has got to come away with something on a turnover like this.
Yes.
Don't want to go away empty-handed. The ref is saying raise the roof. He's got the hand going vertically. Fake. And out in the flats. 35 breaking the tackle up to the 32. Number 11, Aaron Record. And again, you like to get him in space. He's like Carter Perry in a lot of respects. So Wildman actually with the recovery.
Oh, I had the wrong number, maybe?
23, I guess. Forced by number 4, Gabe Schwieters. We love the staff here at Elder High School. I've been in the booth. That's been at least 15 years.
His son, Jeff, played with my son, Chris, in that 2003 season. They graduated in 04. So.
Hey, we want to let you know you can text us 616-485-4825. Text us 616-485-4825. 485-4825. Give me some text out there. Let me know that you're out there listening. As we look at the first quarter stats here, Steve, we look at the total offensive yards, 84 yards for Elder, 43 for West Catholic. Time of possession, West Catholic 6:30, Elder with only 5.5 minutes. So West Catholic actually with the ball longer, but just haven't been able to capitalize.
Yeah, big stat, third down conversions. We have not converted any, but neither did they, and they didn't need to. So,
right. Here goes West as they shift in the second quarter. They'll go right to left on your radio dial. Hand off to Connor Olszewski on the jet sweep, and then he'll cut it back inside. So you've seen that twice now. They kind of set up the jet sweep, on the far side a couple times. And now they're saying, hey, look, we couldn't break contain. Let's cut it back inside. But guess what? No action inside either.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if that's a design play or if that's just where he's taking it. Like
okay,
it could be
it
could be the call that's where the hole is supposed to be. But they are so quick. Their linebackers are getting there. And so we'll watch it again the next time. I'll see if I can figure out what's going on.
3rd down and 8 for West. Britton fell off to the left of Augustin. Augustin gets it. He's going to look over on the far side. He's got a receiver here at the 30. Gets a block. 25 inside. The 20 is number 3, Jack Zagunis. His second catch of the night as he gets kicked out of bounds on the far side. That's a first down, West Catholic. Ball's inside the 20. We're in the red zone, Steve.
That's it. That's what we need to do. Notice that the ball was a little lower in its flight that time, so maybe those pregame jitters or first game jitters are starting to abate a little bit for Grady.
We want to say hi to Brian Booz, who's out there in Parnell listening. He says, go West. Is Augustin, shotgun. He handed it off to Brittenfeld over the right side, trying to break contain. Gets it kicked out, and he'll get kicked out of bounds at the 17 as he gets kicked out standing up. But he ran out of real estate.
He did. There were a couple of blockers in front. Just couldn't make the turn. Couldn't get all the way around the corner.
Ball spotted 17 will be 2nd and 8 after the 2-yard gain.
Rick Kimball just sent me a picture of his Shiner Bock. I'm drinking it.
That's not fair.
I'm drinking it virtually here as I'm sipping on my Diet Pepsi. Here goes Grady Augustin on the near side.
Nice catch.
Nice catch again by Jack Zagunis. Zagunis has got good size out there, good leaping ability. Talking to Aaron Grove, before the game earlier, or actually last week, he said Zagunis could be one of his most talented, if not the most talented receiver he's had. Now, of course, Ryer Snow and others were great talent too, but he said Zagunis is a good receiver. Here goes inside, handoff to Brittenfeld. He's trying to sneak forward to the first down. It was 3rd and 2. Maybe only gets a yard, doesn't get to first down territory. Tough call here on 4th in a long one for West. What will West do?
I don't see they're going to kick it. Right? That's the kicking core. If I'm
No, they're going to
go Wildcat.
Yeah, they're going to go Wildcat. Take Augustin out. They're going Wildcat. 4 backs in the backfield. Who are they going to snap it to? I bet you anything they go to Colin Abram. Let's see what they do. Brittenfeld, Abram. Olszewski follows a few blocks. He gets enough for a first down.
Yeah.
Connor Olszewski.
And then some.
Abram, Brittenfeld. Hey, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Let the big guys block.
Yep. Just
put the speedster to hit the hole fast.
Get like a little snowplow in there and get a little bit of movement.
So just off the right side of center, and it's a first down for West. 1st and 7, balls at the 7, so 1st and goal for West. 9:19 here left in the second quarter. 7-0 Elder over West Catholic. Balanced offense, 2 left, 2 right. Augustin's going to throw the ball again, far sideline, and in and out of the hands of number 3, Jack Zagunis. He just threw it up. And it was like one of those Calvin Johnson, right? Stafford to Calvin Johnson, the corner of the far end zone. Let him go up and get it.
He's got height and he's got some good leaping ability.
Yes.
But he was covered.
He was well covered. And luckily the DB didn't turn around, right? 2nd down and goal, balls at the 7. Olszewski. Gabe Schweeters on the near side. Brittenfeld off to the right of Grady. As Aaron McCord and Zagunis go off to the right. Oh, miscommunication, and getting hit in the backfield is going to be Grady, and he's going to go down. Oh, jeez. That did not look pretty. Whatever happened there was some miscommunication. Grady went down. There'll be a loss on the play all the way back to almost the 10-yard line, 3rd and goal.
I'm getting information from my stat man, Matt David, that Zagunas won the high jump at the state meet. So that explains
that's how anything right there.
So,
all right, Augustine in West, 3rd and goal. Go look and get the call from Coach Grove. They're down 7-0. They need to get some points here. 2 wide right. Slot right is Connor Olszewski. They want to talk about that. This is probably a good timeout.
Yeah, good way.
Right? They got 3 timeouts left. Let's talk this over. This is a huge 3rd down play.
Yep. 3rd and 9, going toward the student end of the field, the student end zone there. Want to make sure we don't have any more miscommunication, call the right play, make sure everybody knows what they're supposed to do.
Hey, we have a shout out to give to Mark Naraki, the voice, the true voice of the Falcons. Some people, you introduced me to your daughter-in-law. Yes, he's the voice of the Falcons. No, the true voice is Mark Naraki. And he says, hi, go Falcons. Shout out to Mitch Doyle, who drove over from Dayton, Ohio, coached the Falcons. Yep, absolutely. He's got a fan club out there. Go Falcons, says Nana and Uncle T. They're long-time Falcon listeners. Stephen Joni Norder listening back at home. They're hoping for a custom caulking touchdown here for West. And they said, since they live right next to you, they're over on Silverstone Drive next to your house.
Yep.
And they're toilet paper in your trees right now, Steve.
That's fine. That's fine. Tell them I know where they live. Well, they can hear me. I know where they live, too.
Here goes Augustine. 3rd down. He gets the snap. He's looking over the middle. Got plenty of time. He rolls left. Still got plenty of time. Now we're going to try to force it into Connor Olszewski. Went in between his hands, and actually that was a good hard throw by Augustine. But that was a rifle.
Yeah, he threw a bullet there. I don't know if he would have been able to make this throw, but we had backside in the flat. A receiver was wide open, but throwing against your body is a little bit tough.
Now I think this is smart. Landon Smith attempting the field goal, the junior kicker. He's got a good leg. He did well last year. You got to put points on the board. 4th and goal at the 9-yard line, 8-minute mark of the second. You can't come away empty-handed.
That's right.
Hi to Beth Russell, who's listening in Grand Rapids. Hey, Beth, glad you're joining us tonight. Steve Scalisi listening to us. So we are still rolling. Somehow we look like we had stopped broadcasting for a couple seconds. I have no idea what happened there, but I think sometimes I think it's this, which tells us, that we're not streaming yet. We're still streaming. 11 plays, 26-yard drive. Getting 11 plays off for only 26 yards, that's not easy to do.
No, used up some clock.
424, 25-yard field goal from Landon Smith.
So we've got points on the board. Let's get 3 and out and see what we can do before this half ends.
I want to say hi to Rosa Banis, listening to us.
Another neighbor of mine.
She says, go Falcons. From a guy who lives out in Rockford, it seems like all you guys live right next to each other, because everybody I talk to is like, oh yeah, I live right next to him. No matter where they live. There's some big neighborhoods on the west side. Landon Smith will kick the ball all the way down to the 10, to the 20, 25 goes Elder, still on speed up to the 30, going up to the 33-yard line. Number 29 for Elder, Connor Sandhaus.
Number 23, Max Wildman on the nice hit.
Hey, we want to get a big shout out to my colleague at Allied Pixel, Pete Bretz. Steve, I want to give a shout out to Pete Bretz, who's listening from the observation car on the Southwest Chief outside of Trinidad, Colorado. So he's listening on Amtrak, the Southwest Chief, south of Trinidad, Colorado.
Wow.
4 down lineman for West. Here goes the quarterback draw up to the 35, 40, 42-yard line. Going to be close to a first down for Elder. As Caden Eastep. Nice job running the ball there.
Yeah.
So right now, Colorado's our furthest listener. We know we've got some grandparents out there listening in different parts of the country, aunts and uncles that listen. Do we have the Gabe Schweeder's uncle from Australia listening? If you are, Texas 616-485-4825, 616-485-4825. He's got an aunt and uncle in Minnesota, I know, but we'd like to see if anyone else is any further than Colorado tonight. Here goes a hand up the middle to number 4, Joey Thaman. He'll get wrapped up, a 1-yard loss. Nice job.
Nice job, by Colin Hunter. Made the big tackle, big number 0 there. So they put him back at the original line of scrimmage, but still a nice stuff. 2nd and 10.
Say hi to Pat Putz out there listening in Columbus, Ohio. So actually, he's a little closer than Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
He's just up the road in Columbus. Empty backfield for Estep. He's going to look over the far side, pull it down, and he's going to run the ball. Design run for Elder. He'll break a tackle now. He'll get kicked out of bounds, and Shevsky will kick him out as he gets just over the 45 to the 46. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6. 6:18 left. 7-3 is your score. Elder over West Catholic. Great one here between two powerhouse teams, one from Ohio and one from Michigan.
I really thought that was going to turn out to be a much bigger gain, and he got about 3 yards. Like I said at the pregame, he really likes to run with the ball, and so we contained him pretty well that time. Could be a little bit better.
Look again at the defensive starters for West Catholic. As empty backfield again for Estep. He'll step up in the pocket. He's got a receiver there, in and out of the hands, looking for Joey Thaman.
All right.
And Joey's like, dang it, I had that.
Had it.
Bring up 4th down for Elder. And he was right at the 1st down marker at the 47 of West. So glad that he dropped the ball if you're a West Catholic fan. Again, if you want to give us a shout-out, 616-485-4825, 616-485-4825.
So the Panthers in punt formation.
Here comes the end-over-end kick. Oh, nice kick, low driving kick. Sends Olszewski back to the 15, up to the 20. He goes, breaks the tackle, the 25, 30 on the far side, still on his feet over the 35. He'll take a huge hit at the 39 and get kicked out of bounds. Nice run by Connor Olszewski. Krzyzewski's listening from our driveway with a bonfire. Well, you want a bonfire, come down here to Cincinnati, Ohio, where it was 112 in the booth earlier today. Nana and Pop Smith, Landon's grandparents, are listening in Byron Center. Congratulations on Landon's first field goal attempt and field goal made this year. Nana and Pop Smith. Chris Nemmers listening from the lake in Fenville. Handoff up the middle. Britton Fowl dances his way. I like his patience in there, Steve, as he goes over the right side up to the 45. Nice shifty running.
He waited for that hole to develop. So getting a nice little pace here now. 5 minutes to go. Be great to score a touchdown just before the half ends. Go up 10-7.
West Catholic operates on the far hash. So you go right to left on your radio dial, 2 on the near side, 1 on the right. Hand up over the right side. First carry of the night for number 43, Colin Abram, the sophomore. That kid ran for 10,000 yards as a freshman last year on JV. No, he didn't, but he ran for a lot. I mean, I think he did surpass like 2,000 yards.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if they keep stats at that level.
They do.
Do they?
Steve Grooms, our statistician, might know. But, yeah, he ran crazy as a freshman. He just had his first taste of a carry in the 2024 season here. 3rd and 3 to go for West. Nice little pickup. Here goes Olszewski, jet sweep, will
There
breaks
we
the
go.
tackle. He's over the 50 into Elder territory down to the 47. He's got a first down for West Catholic.
That's what they were trying to do earlier, except this time they just took it one hole wider and got a nice block. Nice crease there. First down.
So Abram will stay in there. He's going to get the ball up the middle, looking for a crease. Still on his feet. Inside the 45, going to get down to the 41. I don't know how he fell that far forward, but he sure did.
He did. His legs were churning. He's a strong kid. He was a wrestler last year. And
This is why I love having you in the booth. You know things I don't know, especially with your grandson around and stuff. I love it. 3:16 left, 7-3 is your score. 2nd and 4 as the ball's on the 41. West Catholic's got 2 timeouts left. 2 wide left on the near side. Abram stays in there to the left of Augustine. Shotgun formation. Fake to him, and Augustine just throws it on the ground. And that was a nice job getting rid of the ball. He was under heavy pressure as he took a hit.
somebody got in there right away. I didn't see the number, but
Number 16 for Elder. That's Alex Dugan, 6'3", 180-pounder. And he said, hey, Grady, I'll get you a little lick here. What do you think about meeting me?
the fans wanted intentional grounding, but Abram was right there, so there's no way they could call that.
3rd and 4 for West, 34 defense for Elder. Abram shift over to the left of Augustine as he backs up in shotgun formation now. 2 left, 2 right. Augustine looks right. He's got a receiver there. Oh, wide open. He breaks the tackle to the 32, the 30, 25. That's number 4 for West Catholic, Gabe Schwieters. Nice little run for Gabe Schwieters as he pounds his chest. He's happy about that.
He should be. He not only made a great catch, he slipped 2 tackles to get to where he ended up.
So 1st and 10, he got kicked out of bounds. They got to move the chains anyways. The clock is stopped, 7-3. Again, 2 timeouts left for West. Elder's got all 3 timeouts if they get the ball back with any time left. 2 left, 1 right. Abram will stay in there, the sophomore.
Yeah, he's been in there this whole series.
Augustine claps his hands. He'll give it to Abram up the middle. Big hole! And he'll get all the way down inside the 15, down to the 13. Nice run by Colin Abram, but give that offensive line a lot of credit.
Yep.
Huge hole for Colin.
Yep. Again, just a little bit of a delay, just enough to let the blocks develop, and he took advantage of it. All right, now he's out, and
Brittenfeld back in.
Brittenfeld's back in.
Yes.
So let's see what they've got. 2nd and short.
Max Wildman will go slot right. 2 wide left on the near side. 1 wide right is Schwieters. Here's Augustine. He'll hand it off to Brittenfeld. He tries to break, contain around the far side. Short side of the field, nowhere to go.
Running short side.
No pickup on the play.
Maybe trying to set something else up. I'm not sure. I was surprised he didn't throw it there.
Yeah.
2nd and short, but keep the clock running.
3rd and 3 to go.
We can get a first down.
7-3 is your score. 1:42 left until half. Brittenfeld off to the left of Augustine. They go quick. Getting the hand off to Brittenfeld. He's going to break 1 tackle. He's still on his feet at the 10, and he'll get gang tackled by 3 purple people
There
eaters.
were three purple jerseys, so we got the first down. 1st and goal.
So nice job by the left side of the offensive line. Hey, it's nice to go over Dakota Myron on that side, and also Gabe Powers.
Yeah.
Chris Schaub helping things out at his center position. Brittenfeld off to the right of Augustine. 1:08 left on the clock. 1st and goal at the 10. Augustine, jet sweep to Schwieters. He'll lower his shoulder and maybe pick up 2 on the play. Now, mind you, West still has 2 timeouts as we get under a minute at 54 seconds. Ball's at the 7.
Yeah, so
I got to remember to stay in the
zone here.
In the zone here. 44 seconds. Here goes Augustin. He's going to pass the ball over the far side. Completed. Is that Zagunis? No, that's Schwieters. So Schwieters gets kicked out of bounds.
That helps.
Stop the clock at the 37. It's at the 5. Third down. Ball's at the 5. Third and goal at the 5. 36 seconds. Aaron Record is going to be on the near side here. And timeout for West Catholic.
Yep.
West Catholic takes the second timeout.
So
again, great timeout, I think. A couple timeouts.
Third and 5. You've got 2 timeouts. You can't carry them over to the next half, so might as well use it.
Yeah.
Talk it over. See what the kids think. Sometimes they have an idea of something that will work, or at least tell you where somebody's lining up, what kind of tendencies they might have. That can prove helpful.
That's really interesting you say that, Steve, because a lot of times our listeners and even older adults like us, when I played, it was usually, that the coach is like just saying what was out there. But there are times, right, where a coach might listen to that player and go, you know what, you're on the field. If you see something, I got to really take that into consideration when I'm making that play call.
Yeah, a lot of times people don't, they think of halftime and rah-rah speeches and all that, but we would spend a lot of time just saying, where is this guy playing on you? Have you figured anything out that we can use to our advantage? And if they've paid attention in practice and in all the classroom sessions, they know what to do.
Colin Abram is going to check in now. He's off to the left of Augustin, and he's going to get it up the middle. He's going to lower his shoulder, but he can't get in. He's down to, the 3 or 2? Guess he got down to the 2. Oh,
boy, this is
third and goal. You got 1 timeout left.
Yeah.
23 seconds. You're going to have to take another timeout. Now,
it's 4th down. We know
4th and goal. Yes.
4th and goal. It's essentially a PAT where the ball's lined up.
That's right.
And you'd hate to come all this way and not have points, right? After the drive they've sustained so far.
Yes. This is a huge drive.
But on the other hand, it'd be really great to go up ahead.
Layman Smith's such a good kicker. I mean, you just think. Now, because they have a timeout left, right? Are they going to try to get them to jump so then it's half the distance, and then they might think about going for it at 4th and a yard. It's a long 2 right now. They're lined up like they're going to go for it, and hold your horses because this is going to be
23 seconds on the clock.
This is going to be amazing. Though Elder's not happy, they're going to call a timeout.
Evidently,
the coach is not happy here with the defensive back.
I don't think he likes the way they're lined up. So
yeah. So I think what he's saying, and you're a former coach, not me, but I think the way he was playing him to play to the outside, I almost wonder if he wanted him to play to the inside. Guard against the slant because you have more time to recover if the ball gets thrown to the corner, for a toss-up.
Yeah, it could be. Where the ball is on the field, you've got out of bounds and the back of the end zone as other defenders. Right. So you got to make sure you take away the inside of the field. Or it might just be simply they were in the wrong coverage altogether. You never know.
Yeah. So here we are. West Catholic's going to line up to go for it again. 4th down and goal. Ball's at the 3. Augustin, shotgun formation, going to have Colin Abram off to his left.
They were trying to get him to jump,
I think they are. Here comes the timeout. Yep. I don't know.
It's not a bad idea.
No. I would have liked us to try to sell it a little bit more. It didn't seem like we were really selling it, or at least from the press box.
Yep.
I mean, maybe the elder kids thought they were selling it.
I could be wrong. Maybe they just lined up in that formation, ran the motion, and didn't get what they wanted out of the defense, too.
Right.
Like maybe they wanted to see somebody roll or pick up man-to-man.
Sure.
So it's possible. You never know.
Well, you know what? This is what we thought this would be. You come all the way down to Cincinnati, Ohio. You playing a team ranked number 24 in all divisions after week 1. And before week 1, I should say. And West Catholic ranked number 7 in all divisions. Both with storied histories. Both have won championships. You'd expect a really good game, and we got a really good game tonight. Glad you're joining us here on the West Catholic Falcons YouTube channel. Make sure everybody knows where to go. And here it is. Here we go. Timeout for Alder. Yes. As West Catholic.
He is not happy.
You know, they took Grady Augustin out, right?
They're going Wildcat again.
Yep.
And they take their second timeout.
So Wildcat formation.
I don't know who.
And they took another timeout. They didn't like that. Boy, as soon as the coach saw Wildcat, he ran out of the field. He's like, timeout. You know,
this is where we have a little bit of an advantage. They played a game last week. We had a scrimmage. And in the scrimmage, you don't do exactly what you're going to do in the regular season. So we're getting our money's worth.
We are. We are getting our money's worth. So again, in case you're just joining us, Tom Mikowski along with Steve Abid, as Joe Sack is on assignment with his niece who's getting married this weekend. So we wish Nicole Sack, Andy Sack's daughter, Joe's brother, getting married this weekend. Wish her all the best in her new life together with her husband, soon-to-be husband, I should say. Now Augustin is back in. Boy, holy cow.
Now we spread it out.
And now David Brittenfeld's in the backfield. So 4th and goal, long 2. Here comes the snap. Fake Augustin rolls left. He's got a receiver there. And breaking the tackle is Cutter Olszewski. Touchdown, West! Oh, my goodness gracious. Is Augustin rolling to the left. He found Cutter Olszewski. Just found his way to the end zone. He willed his way.
Touchdown, right?
That's right. Oh, what a great play with 18 seconds left. And I saw them practice that yesterday. When I watched the walkthrough, I'm like, I'd like to kind of see that play in live, right, with a defense. Well, I just saw it. That was awesome. So here comes Landon Smith on for the extra point. Comes the snap.
Nice snap.
And here comes the kick. It's up and it's good. West Catholic, their first lead of the night. 18 seconds left in the second. 10-7 is your score. Now, you look into the second half. Guess who gets the ball first?
Yeah.
Elder. And that's another reason why it's really important to come away with points, because you come in down and Elder gets the ball. You know, you're playing on your heels a little bit versus going into the half with momentum. Now the key is to, you know, let these 18 seconds evaporate as quick as they can.
Yeah, exactly.
3-yard touchdown pass, Augustin to Olszewski. 13 plays and 60 yards.
That was a nice drive. They mixed runs and throws and had a little bit of good fortune along the way. It was very nice to see. I think everybody got their composure.
So, I mean, squib kick, I would imagine here, huh, Steve?
Probably.
Smith has got his lime green shoe on, so everybody can see him from a mile away, which is nice. Here comes the kick. No, he boots it deep.
We were both wrong about that.
Gets fielded at the 10. At the 15, they got to cover him. He's at the far sideline. Still on his feet at the 25 to the 27. And same guy returns every time for Elder. That's Cooper Sandhaus. And I guess a great reason to do that is you burn off 9 seconds of the clock, right? 9 seconds left.
9 seconds.
Now.
I don't know. If it were me, and I'm a little more conservative when it comes to these things, I would just get out of the half if I were them. But because they get the ball to start the second half. But he may be a little bit of a gambler and want to try something to get into the end zone. I think they're just going to kneel it, I think.
Let's see. They're lining up like they might kneel it, or they just might. Yep, they are. So E-step takes one step, puts a knee down, and away he goes.
You didn't tell me I had to come armed with dad jokes for the night.
Well, just ask my kids. That's all I got. I got dad jokes all over the place.
Yeah, you and me both.
And I still like it because my daughter Morgan will still laugh at them.
That's nice.
My son, not so much, is we're going to cut to the booth here. Welcome to the halftime show. Tom Mikowski along with Steve Abid. And 10-7's your score. Back and forth affair. Some good defense. Some good offense. Some hard hitting.
Yeah.
And is it safe to say this is kind of battle of the trenches type of game?
Yes and no. I mean, because there have been some big plays,
right?
But not big scoring plays. So
For sure.
Some turnovers here and there. But yeah, I mean, first games are hard. They're hard. Mistakes happen. People aren't exactly sure 100% of what they're supposed to be doing all the time. So I'm really happy with what our kids have done so far, and the coaches have called a good game. They've found some weaknesses, and they're exploiting them.
Well, there's been a lot of, 3-yard, 4-yard pickups kind of grinded out. We really haven't seen, that big play like you said, but not even really an attempt. If you think about going downfield, there's a couple plays that have been like 10, 15-yard, button hook type plays, looking for receivers. But you think about a receiver going one-on-one, deep ball. You really have not seen that out of either team yet this game.
No. Well, I think Grady wanted to.
Right.
But it didn't quite work out that time. But, just keeping it sort of close, taking those short passes and trying to turn them into something bigger. But I think for us it's going to be the running game. I mean, and then mixing that up with hitting the receivers every now and then.
We're going to take a look at the stats here and see what we have here. If we look at the total offensive plays and yards. Now, when we talk about grinded out, 36 plays for West Catholic, 126 yards. Now, we talk about ball possession, right? Keeping the ball out of Elder's offensive hands.
Yeah.
15 minutes and 40 seconds for West Catholic in ball possession, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So if you're Coach Landon Grove, you got to feel good about the long, sustained drives that West Catholic's had.
Yeah, absolutely, and almost 2-1, right?
Yes,
in time of possession.
Right.
That's impressive, especially with as young as our kids are, and on this far away from home. We don't have the home field, so sort of taking the air out a little bit of what they want to do.
And what's nice, and Darren Smith says, thank you very much, Coach Grove, because as a defensive coordinator, you want your kids to be fresh in the second half, and the defense of West Catholic should be fresh.
Yes, exactly. And then pretty much, we talked a little bit about playing error-free football, and there have been a couple of turnovers, but not much in the way of penalties for us. Elder had 3, so I'd say on the whole, you got the lead. You're sort of doing what you want to do. There's some stuff you want to work on.
Yeah.
Good way to begin.
It is. And you kind of forced Elder into 3 fumbles, although 2 of them were called down. But that third one, they were able to capitalize. That turnover led to points, which was what West Catholic needed. We look at third down conversions. West Catholic 4 of 10, which is important, right? If you want a sustained drive, you're going to have to make some third downs. And West Catholic was able to do that, and the West Catholic defense held Elder 0 for 2 and for third down conversions.
Yeah. So a lot to be happy about at halftime. Maybe a few adjustments here and there. I like the rotation with the running backs by bringing in Colin.
I do too.
And alternating, and then. We've got 2 receivers that have made some pretty big catches and gotten us good yards downfield. So
Zagunas has looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, you see every once in a while they shut off the lights. I think if you take more than one plate of food, they turn the lights off and say, and you're busted.
That's the rule.
That's the rule. That is the rule. So
I figured it was a Catholic school. They're just saving on electricity.
Well, that could be too. As we kind of walk down, the stats here for West Catholic, David Brittenfeld, 8 carries, 27 yards, only 3.2 average. So he came in, after last year averaging 6.5, facing a defense with a couple D1 players. That was tough. He did get a 13-yard run. So the rest of his runs, 7 other runs only netted out 13 yards. 14 yards, yeah.
So a little bit less than 2 yards.
Colin Abram, 4 carries for 18 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. Connor Shevsky, 4 carries for 14 yards. And then Gabe Schwieters, 1 carry for 3 yards. And that rounds out your rushing for West Catholic. Passing the ball, you've got Grady Augustin. He actually passed the ball 15 times, which, I thought it was a double figures. I didn't really think it was quite 15, 8 for 15. 1 interception in the end zone. Kind of hurt, 68 yards, but he does have a touchdown to Connor Olszewski. His long of the night was 21, so not too bad for the first half for Grady Augustin.
Yeah, and he started out a little shaky.
He did.
I thought he got a little more poise as the night went on. And he had some help from those receivers.
Yeah, he did.
I think that really can settle you down quickly.
Well, you saw that poise on display when he went back and tried to set up something like a screen play or whatever, was under heavy pressure, but he had, the mindfulness to just throw the ball in the turf. He had a running back right there. He just threw it to the ground, intercepted, didn't take the sack. Very heady play for Grady Augustin there in the first half. Receiving-wise, Jack Zagunis, 3 receptions for 25 yards. I think we're going to be calling his name a lot this year on the receiving end. Gabe Schwieters, 2 catches for 23 yards. Connor Olszewski, 2 catches for 17 and a touchdown. And Aaron Record chipped in as well with 1 reception for 3 yards. So that's it on offense for West Catholic. Defensively, Aaron Record, Kellen Hunter with 3 tackles each. Matt Gutierrez, 2 tackles, and Connor Olszewski with 2 tackles as well. We look over on the other sideline with Elder, Caden Estep, 3 rushes for 18 yards. And the person you wanted to contain if you're a defensive coordinator for West Catholic and Darren Smith, you said Joey Thaman, speedster, 5'8", shifty running back, 4 carries for 16 yards. You'll take that, won't you, for your defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I think so. And
we need to get, we'll get you back down here. That's okay.
Took a swig of water here.
Sure.
But yeah, I think that was a couple of times where he broke off a couple of little bit longer runs, but mostly we contained him and put them in a disadvantage in terms of down and distance. So I think they really want that 3rd and short, and if we can make it 3rd and long, I think that's to our advantage.
Well, looking at the receiving core, Christopher Path, 3 receptions for 36 yards. Jackson Ruth, 1 catch for 20 yards. Joey Thaman, 1 catch for 8 yards. And, who they've not been able to get the ball to is their big tight end, right? The Braden Boeing, no catches. He's 6'5", 230, heading to Miami of Ohio. And again, as a defensive coordinator, D1 talent, they're going to move him around, but Elder has not found a way to get him the ball. I think that's going to be one of the keys that Elder is going to have. They're going to look here and make some adjustments. Doug Ramsey, very, very good coach. Like you said, 5th winningest coach in Ohio. He's going to go, you know what? He's a playmaker. We got to get him the ball. I mean, don't you think he's going to see the ball?
I would imagine try to get it to him. A couple of their formations, they cover up the tight end, so he's not eligible. So it's possible that that's part of their game plan. Maybe in this half they uncover him, try to slip him into the seam, or some other way of getting him the ball downfield. but tight ends may not hurt you as much as wide receivers do too. So it's possible that we might benefit from that. So
yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
But you might remember in the pregame I mentioned that E-Step likes to run with the ball more than throw it.
Yes.
And you notice that he's the second leading rusher in terms of number of carries. So so I think that's in their offense as well. So containing him, tackling him for a loss, setting up long yardage situations, I think that will help us.
I totally agree on that. Tackles, George Googly had 7 tackles for Elder. Cooper Sanhas was in on 6. Maddox Arnold, kid who's going to be playing some Saturday ball at the University of Toledo from his linebacker position, had 6 tackles. And then Joey DiTullio.
You got it.
Easy to remember, huh? Yeah, right. 5 tackles for him. So, again, I think a great start for West as they lead 10-7. 9 minutes left until the end of halftime as the Elder Band takes the field. Hey, we're going to take a quick break here just for a second as we are at our West End Body halftime show. But stick with us. We're going to be right back with you. You're listening to the West Catholic Falcons on the YouTube channel. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Today, Stockyards helps individuals, families, and businesses with a complete line of financial services with a unique focus on personal banking. Michael Boland, class of 2000, is a proud Elder High School alumni and commercial banking relationship manager at Stockyards Bank. Visit www.syb.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the Elder Fall Sports Report. Elder's cross-country team finished second out of 14 teams in the Cougar 2-mile challenge at Whitbrook and 6th out of 14 teams in the Lakota East Fall Classic at Voice of America Park. Next up for the Purple Pack is the Loveland Invitational tomorrow morning at Home of the Brave Park in Loveland. The race begins at 8:35 a.m. The freshman football team had a strong showing versus Reading last Saturday, topping the Blue Devils 33-0. They'll travel north tomorrow to take on Kettering Fairmont at noon. Meanwhile, JV squad tied Whitborough last weekend, 28-28, and will play again next Saturday morning at Springboro. Your varsity Panthers will be right here. Next Friday night as they welcome the Panthers of Springboro back to the pit. Last year, your Elder Panthers beat the visitors 28-7. Kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. Tickets to the game go on sale this weekend at EASports.com. Been a busy August. The Elder golf team have already competed in 10 hotly contested matches. Winners of the Bellbrook Test to the Southwest last weekend, the Panthers will hit the links again on Tuesday in a GCL quad event at Hyde Park Country Club. And finally, Elders varsity soccer team has jumped out to a positive start to its 2024 campaign, notching 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. The Panthers look to keep a good thing going next week.
Welcome back to Elder High School. Tom Mikowski along with Steve Abid as we are in halftime with about 5 minutes left. So stick with us. We'll be right back with you. You're listening to Falcons football on the West Catholic Athletics YouTube channel.
Your first half scoring summary. The Panthers opened scoring in the first quarter. Dave Stephen Jackson Root with a 20-yard touchdown pass. In the second quarter, it was all Falcons. Landon Smith with a 23-yard field goal, and Grady Augustine with Connor Olszewski with a 3-yard touchdown pass and halftime score. Falcons 10, Panthers 7. We'd like to thank the farm for providing food up here at halftime for all the workers in the press box. Fried chicken and ribs was delicious as always. The farm is open for a wonderful dinner buffet every Tuesday, Thursday, and almost every Saturday, beginning at 5 p.m. Come by yourself or bring a group. The farm is also open for private banquets such as wedding receptions, anniversaries, celebrations, light lunches, school athletic banquets, and birthday parties. The farm also offers off-premise catering and carry-out. Everybody knows food tastes better straight from the farm.
Welcome back to the West End Halftime Show. I've got a couple of scores here for you. At the half, South Christian over Grand Rapids Christian, 27-21. Stevensville Lakeshore, 21-7 over Grand Haven in the third quarter. And then we have Traverse City St. Francis, 53-14 over Charlevoix. That is in the second quarter. And that is, we have Michigan State up on Florida Atlantic, 16-0. And that is also in the second quarter. And Granville is playing Pickerington North also out of Ohio, and they're down by 6, 42-36 in the fourth quarter. Those are some of the scores from the area. And as the teams are coming out for their warm-ups here to begin the second half, we have one correction that I need to make, and West Catholic track coach, I got to get this right here now. I made a mistake. Mike Van Dyke says I should not listen to my son Matt, that Zagunis did not win the high jump, but he was all-state. Hopefully people aren't too upset that I made that error. And then one of the things, Tom, that I thought might be something that could come back to haunt us, hopefully we worked it out, are the snaps on the punts. those are going to be critical
Yes.
in the fourth quarter. Hopefully we can build on the lead, but we're going to need to get those punts off efficiently. So that's something that I think we need to do.
All right, so we're going to come back into the booth here. Welcome back to the West End Body halftime show. As both teams are in the field, hey, we want to thank all of our sponsors: Fox Pools, swimming pool installation, repair, supplies, and accessories, sponsored our Fox Pools pregame show. We want to thank Custom Caulking, where quality is the priority, serving both commercial and residential customers, sponsoring every Falcon touchdown. West End Body, the West Side's best collision repair, sponsoring our West End Body halftime show. Frank's Market, fresh meats, kibas, and so much more. Padgett Business Services, small business experts for accounting, tax preparation, and payroll. Duba & Duba, attorneys at law, simplifying the legal needs of businesses and individuals throughout West Michigan. We also want to thank Shaner Avenue Nursery, landscapes from concept to completion. Moore & Sons Roofing, your certified local Owens Corning roofing and contractor. Ed Moore, the owner of Moore & Sons Roofing, sent me an email this week, and somebody had filled out one of his contact forms and it needed repair. It was leaking, and said, I hear your ads all the time on West Catholic radio.
That's
so
nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
it's nice to hear. Your Falcon Touchdown Club, organizing and funding the best high school football program in Michigan. So with West End Body, since 1965, West End Body has been serving Grand Rapids when those days happen, and they do happen. So if you've had a mishap with your vehicle, call Gavin and get everything fixed up. Working with all insurance companies, West End Body is your single source for collision repair. West End Body, located at 1693 Leonard Northwest, and sponsors of our halftime show. As both teams take the field, Steve, and just kind of doing some calisthenics on each side of the end zone. 2 minutes left. Any final thoughts, keys, I guess, to the second half for each team now that you've seen them go head-to-head in the first half here?
You know, in these early season games with it hot and muggy,
Yes.
you want to make sure everybody stays hydrated. Muscle cramps can become a thing that takes some of your best players out at the worst times. So
Sure.
That's why it's important they get all their stretches in right now. And then, just capitalize for West Catholic. Just capitalize on the mistakes as if the other team makes any. Take advantage. Put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
Whatever cliches I can think of, let's get them all out right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then I just wanted to say that cloud was there for a long time, but the sunset was really pretty. For all the guys that played for me, God gave us that. And so we should
Yes.
be thankful every day for what we have. And then I have one other score to report, and that is Muskegon leads Zeeland West 13-8 in the third quarter.
Nice. Thanks for the rundown, and thanks for our feed from Joe Sack. He had fed us a couple scores. Then, of course, we had Julie Woodruff, who's still in her 1975 Pacer. And she's going around West Michigan, to all the football stadiums and collecting the scores.
Getting scores.
Yeah, Julie Woodruff's been doing it for about 15 years for us, and so we thank Julie, and we're thankful that her 1975 Pacer, still with 382,000 miles on, is still running really, really well.
That's
so
amazing.
It really is, and God bless Julie and God bless her Pacer.
That's great.
So 6 seconds left as both teams take the field here. And again, thank West End Body, sponsors of our halftime show. And we'd like to see a few more custom caulking touchdowns. That's what we would like to see. Hey, if you want to give us a text, 616-485-4825, 616-485-4825. Let us know that we're still coming in fine and sounding great out there.
All right, let's strap it up and get this underway.
Landon Smith, he'll kick things off, and I'll stand up as the end-over-end kick, and we've got a cut to just the audio feed as they come in up to the 32-yard line. So for those of you who are kind of new to this, we do a audio feed on the away games because we don't have a link to the cameras. We're at home. We actually have a direct link to our huddle camera that's up in the press box, and so that's why you get video and audio for the home games. So, but we're glad that you're here with us.
Some people
Tonight?
might think of that as a negative, but for me it's a positive because if I make any mistakes, nobody really knows if I called the wrong formation or said the wrong name.
Right. So, Caden Eastep, shotgun formation for Elder here in the second half as we get things underway. They go left to right on your radio dial. Here goes Eastep. He'll roll right. He's looking downfield. Got a short little pass to number 24 out there and going all the way to the 38. Nice hard run by Trenton Meyer. He's only 5'9", 160, but a powerful back.
Brittenfeld had him a few yards further back, and he slipped the tackle. It would have been really nice to have put him back maybe with just a 3 or 2 yard gain.
We got a player down on the field here. Is that Brittenfeld who's on the field?
No, I don't think so. I think it's one of those cramp situations I was just talking about. You hate to speculate with an injury, but
yeah, for sure.
When the trainer starts pushing back on the toes, that's usually what it is.
We got Allison
and it's
Zalewski out there.
Number 7. He
Karol
bounces up.
Olszewski. There we go.
Skips off the field.
We got Mikowski, Olszewski, and our trainer, Zalewski.
Okay. Those are the names I know how to pronounce.
Well, when my kids first went to West, they're like, well, where do you live on the West Side? I'm like, Rockford? I'm a Traverse City East Side guy. 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard pickup for Elder. 3 down linemen on D for West. Hand up the middle. Oh, shifty run. 45-47. Goes number 4. That's Thaman. And we said how shifty he is. 5'8". Very shifty. He's got a first down. Hurry up formation. Hurry up running. Offense for Elder.
They trapped it on that side, and
here comes the snap. Right back to Thaman over the left side. Big hole. And he's got another Elder first down. Boy, whatever they saw at halftime, they're exploiting quickly here.
Yep. And they're going hurry up again.
3 plays, 2 first downs. Do we have a timeout already on the field? West Catholic's like, thank you, because they're going a little too quick for us right now.
I don't know what
might be a clock issue. 11:06, the clock is stopped, which it shouldn't be stopped. Now
they stopped the clock for some reason, but it looks like an official's talking to one of our players. I don't know if there was an issue or
okay, maybe an equipment issue, perhaps.
Could be that, or maybe just trying to avoid something.
Hand up off to Thaman again over the right side. He's got a big hole. He started in the middle, Steve, then he bounced it outside, got inside the 35 to the 33, and he's close to another Elder first down.
Yeah,
boy, they got Thaman going. Maybe they gave him some vitamins at halftime.
They're collapsing our defensive line, and then our filled guys aren't getting there in time.
Gave it to him again. This time they stuffed him, yeah. Brittenfeld came in there really quick. He had some help there from Luke Redlinski.
All right. Third
tackle position.
Very short. Be nice to stuff them and see what they do here.
Technical difficulty. Ball's at the 28 and it falls out of bounds. Kicks out of bounds. Boy, that was close. Elder almost got that ball. Kind of one of those in-between kicks. We want to apologize if we were if you missed us being on. We should be back on now. There's lightning in the area early on. I don't know if that's causing anything or if it's a just a production truck issue, but we are back on the air. So let's just see.
That kick was right in between two of our, our up receiver and our deep receiver, and they just placed it in the right spot. We're lucky we still have the ball right now.
Augustine, he is shotgun formation. Brittenfeld will start the second half. One wide right, two left. Fake. Augustine goes out in the flats to record. Cord gets it. He's at the 35, breaks the tackle at 39. Again, getting it out to the speedster in space.
On a 4-yard gain, it will be 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line.
Here goes Augustine. He'll go up the middle to Brittenfeld over the right side. Nowhere going. Boy, they sniffed that out.
They shut that one down.
Yard made a 3rd and 5. Cooper Sanders with the tackle.
Shout out to Buzzy Ray from Cape Coral, Florida. Says go Falcons. Here goes Augustine. He'll step up in the pocket. Got a receiver there at the 50 up to the 45. That's number 3, Jack Zagunis, and he likes Zagunis.
Threw a nice pass that time. Had good time. He had plenty of time to throw it.
Yeah, long throw across the field here on the near side.
Ran a good route.
Grady's got a nice arm. Colin Abram will step in here at running back. Augustine steps up in the pocket. He's going to run it now. He puts the ball down, gets down to the 41, so pickup of maybe just a yard on the play. He's got wheels, but you want him to tuck that ball a little bit more firmly, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a predetermined call or if he just didn't see anything that he could throw.
Right. Augustine shotgun formation on 2nd and 9. Ball's at the 41 of Elder.
We're running out of play clock here.
Here goes the snap. Augustine looking right. Got a receiver there, and he's going to get wrapped up right away. So receiver out there didn't hold the block long enough, and Zagunis couldn't shake free. So a loss on the play, 3rd down and 12.
Nice to have the completion, but either the blocking didn't hold up or maybe just took too long for the throw to get there.
Right. So trips left on the near side. Here goes Augustine, steps up in the pocket, got a receiver there, in and out of the hands. Oh, is that Zagunis again? It was at the 30. Would they had a first down?
Definitely a first down.
Now it brings up punting formation for West Catholic.
This is that thing we talked about. The snaps have to be there.
The drive stalls.
Cooper Sanders, single safety for the Panthers. And then Peterson. In front formation.
Nice snap that time. Gets it away.
Wow, down to the 1 yard line. Yes, all the way down. That's a West Catholic bounce if there ever was one, right?
Good coverage.
13-10 your score with the 4:08 mark.
So now we've got them backed up onto their own 1 yard line. I learned a valuable lesson as a defensive signal caller. You don't have to send everybody when you have the ball down like this.
Right.
Just play your tough defense. See if you can get them into punt.
If your Elder graduation year ends in a 4 or 9, be sure to check out the class reunion page on elderhs.org for information about your upcoming reunion. Special events and gatherings have been planned for classmates and old friends, and look forward to seeing you soon.
So Elder will take over.
Good thing with the carry.
Welcome back to the pit. Tom Mikowski along with Steve Abid. Hey, if you are out there listening, there were some storms in the area earlier on. For whatever reason, we are getting kicked off every once in a while. As soon as we see it, we're getting back on. If you hear some dead time or whatever for a minute or two, please stick with us. We will come back on. I promise you that. So again, little technical difficulties here. As Estep gets the ball, he steps up in the pocket and looking for Thaman on the far side. He kind of overthrows him wide. Going to bring up 4th down. Nice.
Very nice.
Nice hold by West Catholic.
Good defense there. I'm surprised they threw the ball as many times as they did from deep in their own end zone. But now we get a chance to get good field position and capitalize on that. Bad snap.
Here goes the kick. Oh, barely gets it underway.
Get away from it.
Did they get a piece of it? There's no flag on the play. I don't know if we tipped it or the punter went down, so I don't know if he slipped or got hit or what have you, but there's no flag on the play, so maybe it got tipped a little bit.
It did, yeah.
Because it was a short punt. Ball went out of bounds at about the 35. So West Catholic's going to have great field position. We're at the 3-minute mark. 13-10 your score. Elder over West Catholic.
Good field position, and now we have to do something with it. Yeah, that snap, the punter bobbled it, and it was down on the ground. So we had a break there.
Here comes our offensive starters again. We had Colin Abram in, though, for David Brittenfeld. 2 wide right, 1 left. Fake pass out in the flats to Record. He's at the 35, the 30, breaks the tackle. He's got a West Catholic first down. Inside the 25, down to the 23. Aaron Record out in space.
Better pass that time. Nice run after the catch.
3-yard line. First and 10 Falcons.
Here goes Augustin. It's going to Ethan Gottlieb has not had a catch tonight. He's on the far side, short side of the field as they operate on the right hash. Colin Abram gets the ball over the left side, tries to dance his way, scrims his way. Boy, what a nice run. Very shifty. Somehow he slithered his way down to the 18, and Steve, it looked like he was going to get, maybe 1 yard out of the play, and he picked up 5 yards.
What he does really well is he lowers his shoulders and he keeps his legs moving, and that he gets forward progress. And
yeah,
that you don't necessarily teach that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's just a quality that the player has, that he knows how to do that.
2nd and 5 for West. Inside the red zone of Elder. Step up in the pocket and throws wide to Gabe Schwieters. So a little button hook at the first down marker, and just threw wide.
I think he hurried it a little bit.
So 3rd and 5. Yeah, I don't know if Gabe was quite out of his break. By the time he turned, it's like he couldn't adjust to the ball. It's one of those things, right? As a quarterback, you're like, I got to get the ball out there. It's got a ways to travel. We can't have a pick six on the far, you're throwing it on the far side of the field.
Yeah, exactly.
So 3rd and 5. Ball on the 19 of Elder. Abram goes I formation behind Augustin now. Shevsky in motion. Hand off to Colin Abram, and he'll get tripped up. Looked like he had some space, and he got ankle tackled.
Oh, no.
Now it's 4th down. 4th and 4. And I think Landon Grove. Oh no.
It's an elder player.
Yeah. Yeah, and stretching that out. And actually on a fourth down, you don't like to see that. It's fourth and it says 3. It's really 4 yards.
It's a long 4.
It's a long 4.
Long 3, I should say. But
yes.
I don't know. Are we in field goal range? Are we thinking 4 down territory?
You know, you're at the 17. I would say you're definitely in field goal range.
So
I mean, it'd be a 32-yard field goal, right? So, actually a little bit more, it'd be about a 34-yard field goal, but definitely within range of Landon Smith. Let's see what they do here, right? You go to tie the game.
Well, the ball's on the right hash. I don't know if that matters to Landon. But he's out there now.
Again, if you're listening to us and if we happen to pop off, you know, there's been some technical things with storms in the area, so we will get back on the field or on the broadcast right away. So if you lose us, come back. We'll be here. Landon Smith is going to try that 34-yard field goal. Minute 33 left in the third quarter. He wants to tie the game right here. Let's see what he does. Smith up. It's a little field goal. He got it.
He got
just over the crossbar. We had to wait. We had to wait for the signal because from our vantage point, it looked like it got over the crossbar, but did it? And it did. Landon Smith.
They don't give style points. They just give the 3 points. So.
There was that low line driver, and all these other people were like, no. And I'm like, I think he got it.
It was inside the left crossbar or left upright.
But I mean, Joe Sack will tell you we're still looking for an optometrist to be a sponsor.
Right.
So if I would have called it good, it would have been oh no, it was short. We can't see a thing.
Right.
So 13-13 is your score. Hey, give us a shout out 616-485-4825. 616-485-4825. Shout out to Dave Doyle, who's 61. Woo! Sons Drew and Mitty were on the Division 5 Falcon State title team. Mom Doyle says, thank you very much. And somebody likes you, Steve. My sidekick may have found a new career.
Uh-oh.
Joe Sack, watch out.
No, Joe, your job's not in jeopardy.
Well, we both love you being here, and I certainly love the fact you've joined me here on the near side. Elder's got it at the 40-45 up toward midfield on the kickoff return. Boy, that's number 85 for Elder, Christopher Paff. He scored two TDs last year, so the senior can get it done. Usually you see that at the wide receiver position, but he's got some speed.
The one thing we didn't talk much about in the pregame was the special teams and the role that they have played. But between punts that didn't quite go right, and then field goals, and then kick returns and punt returns, the special teams have really done their job today.
Yeah, they sure have. Here goes shotgun formation, E-step, empty backfield, 3 up guys. He's going to follow lead block. Oh, ball's on the ground, and West Catholic has it. Oh, they're going to say he's down again. I don't think so. Third time, number 18, Braden Boeing, actually got the direct snap and ran the ball, and they said he was down.
I think he was. I hate to disagree, but the ground can't cause a fumble.
Well, if you're West, you might disagree.
Yeah.
Although I will say, in all fairness, the refs are right on top of it.
Yeah.
They're right on top of it. So, as Elder breaks the huddle, that's 4 times they've coughed the ball up, even after getting hit, and have really only lost 1 fumble, which is good. Direct snap, empty backfield. Here's E-step. Design. Quarterback draw, takes a hit, still on his feet, takes a few more hits. There's like 4 Falcons in on it. 42-yard line. Going to be short of a first down by maybe a yard, about 3rd and a yard. I want to thank Custom Caulking, Contractor's Choice for quality waterproofing and crack sealing in West Michigan and beyond. Both residential and commercial, Custom Caulking should be your only call on the spot color blending. Friendly service, what to expect from Custom Caulking. The Norder family proudly supports West Catholic football and all Falcon athletic programs. As we come to the end of the third quarter, we want to thank West End Body 2 as they've been serving Grand Rapids since 1965. And they're located at 1693 Leonard Northwest and sponsors of our halftime show. Also want to thank Frank's Market, the new Frank's Market located at 1020 West Fulton in Grand Rapids, featuring the area's best fresh and smoked kielbasa, awesome steaks, succulent roasts, hot shots, deli meats, and so much more. Stop in and experience the fantastic service and products the Stanizak family has delivered in Grand Rapids for decades. Since 1933, Frank's Market is the only choice. And Padgett Business Services, your small business experts for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and payroll. Don't have your tax prep and accounting be a coin toss. Leave it to Padgett Business Services to get it right. Falcon fans visit Padgett online at pbsgr.com. That's pbsgr.com. And thank Mark Dewey and his great staff. Located on Lake Michigan Drive next to Mr. Berger. And by Realtor Melissa Homewood and Epic Realty. You can find Realtor Melissa Homewood on the web at melissahomewood.com. Melissa Homewood and Epic Realty, your real estate done right. And by Duba Attorneys at Law with offices in the Amway Grand Plaza, as Elder on 3rd and 2 at the 42 West with flip fields will go right to left in your radio dial here in the 4th. And getting tackled from behind and maybe just short of a first down by a half a yard.
Oh,
you think Elder's going to go for it here. Again, we're in the 4th quarter, tie game, 13-13. The Dubas Attorneys at Law specialize in business transactions, mergers, acquisitions, real estate, and estate planning. A true West Catholic family of student coaches, boosters, and volunteers like Chris and Don Duba help you with all your legal needs. Duba Attorneys at Law. It's 4th and 1. This is huge. They're going to pack the line. Let's see what they do. Guess who's in the backfield? Max Arnold. He needs a yard. He got a yard.
Yeah, he got more than that.
6'2", 225. You better hit him in the backfield or he's going to get the yard. He kept the legs moving. Easy first down for Elder inside the 40.
He had good blocking at the point of attack. Pulled the backside guard.
Yeah, you see Max Arnold. Yeah, you've got to protect against him being a decoy, but 4th and 1, it's probably a legitimate shot. He's going to get it. I want to thank Shaner Avenue Nursery as well for their sponsorship as Thaman goes wide right. It'll be an empty backfield for Estep, 2 wide left and 2 wide right. Estep gets it, steps in the pocket, getting under pressure, steps up. He's got some room to run. Now he's going to pass the ball and almost intercepted. Nice defense out there by West Catholic. That's number 14, Dom Fisher.
Good coverage by Dom. We had him hurried up a little bit. Didn't quite get to him. Would have been nice. Get a sack.
He was looking for Luke Ross over there on the far side. Would have had a first down. Shaner Avenue Nursery. Fall is absolutely the perfect time to create the beautiful landscape you've been wanting outside your home. And Shaner Avenue Nursery is the team you need to make this project a reality. Contact Shaner Avenue Nursery and Kristen Perez at 616-293-7228. That's 616-293-7228. Or check them out at ShanerAvenueNursery.com. Trips left for Elder, 1 right. Thaman will step back in. Here comes a pass on the near side. Couple blocks for number 85 inside the 30. So nice job there as number 85, Christopher Paff, gets a close to an Elder first down. Didn't quite get there, but yard short, Steve. 3rd
and short. Looking at the 3rd quarter stats, Elder outgained us in offense, 173 to 166 overall.
Yes.
So they're starting to wear us down a little bit. Time of possession is closing too. So
guess what? 3rd and 1, Max Arnold gets the ball up the middle, and he says, yep, I'm going to first down. I'm going to take some hits, but that's fine. I'm inside the 25 to the 24.
Yeah.
And 1st and 10 for Elder with the score tied 13-13. We're at the 10-13 mark here. If you're listening to us, give us a shout out, 616-485-4825. 616-485-4825. As Geraldine says, hello, listening out there.
Hey, Jerry.
Jerry, longtime listener. 1 right for E-Step. Coming back in is Thaman.
There
He'll
we
take
go.
a couple hits right away.
But even then, still picked up a couple there.
So in addition to Jerry Wazorek, we have Ed Wagner. I don't have that in my phone, but he said, hey, 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 this is my number. Glad you're out there listening, Ed. It's your buddy Steve.
Hi, Mr. Wagner.
Of course, he should listen. He's the one who gave us your name that you'd be down here.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, Joe can't make it. We need somebody. Hey, call Steve Abid. Hey, by Moore & Moore Sons Roofing. Need to repair or replace your roof? Choose Moore & Sons Roofing. Moore & Sons, where you don't just get a great roof, you get a great roofing experience. The quality and craftsmanship they invest in every roof is second to none. For all your roofing needs, choose Moore & Sons Roofing, an Owens Corning certified contractor. And by Fox Pools. Fox Pools is located on Alpine Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Roads. West Michigan's best source for both in-ground and above-ground pools, featuring in-service showroom with chemicals, supplies, and accessories, and offering annual closing and opening service as well as repairs and installation. Fox Pools does it right. So when you're thinking about closing your pool, hopefully you're not thinking about that yet, you call Fox Pools. Here goes Elder. E-Step up in the pocket. He's got a receiver there. Did he catch it? And he did. Number 24 had to go low. Trenton Meyer with the catch. He'll be at the 21.
That looked awfully low.
It is like, but he got his hands under it.
We had a brief delay a minute ago when we had another cramp, the leg cramp on the field with Colin Hunter. So I hope that the weather isn't taking its toll. The long bus ride,
Right. Here goes empty backfield, 5 wide. And now Boeing goes into block. Here goes E-Step. He gets kicked out of the pocket. Now that's a hold, and they didn't even call it. So going over the right side inside the 10 down to the 5. And I don't know what happened there, but that was a clear hold that was not called. So, wow. Going to be first and goal for Elder. You can't get them all. But that was pretty clear from here.
Yeah, I usually do not see eye to eye with the officials on a lot of things.
Yeah. But, when E-Step got out of the pocket, defensive end for West Catholic got held up a little bit, but we missed it. They can't get them all. First and goal at the 3. Big play, though, is E-Step has Arnold in the background. All these short yardage, they get Max Arnold in there. They know he's going to get the ball. He'll go over the right side. He'll get tackled at the knees, but he keeps the legs pile driving. Boy, he got hit at the line of scrimmage, fell forward for 2 yards. Second goal at the 1, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah, that he is strong, and he's got that forward lean. Just keeps his legs churning.
Yes.
Tough to bring down.
13-13 is your score. 8-12 left in the game here. They're going to leave Arnold in there off to the right at E-Step. Everybody's jammed up in the middle, and Arnold dances his way, still on his feet. Did he get in? He's right at the goal line.
I think it's third down.
It's going to be third and goal. A lot of bodies in the middle. You certainly can't see it from here, but they're about 8 inches short of the goal line. And if you're Elder, you're like, I'll give it to Max Arnold 4 times.
Giving it to him.
If he can't get in, and so I think if you're West, you just have to go up the middle and just pray you hit him in the backfield as Arnold dives in
that time.
Touchdown. Yep. You got tripped up at the ankles, but you know what? When you're 6'2" and you fall forward for 2 yards, that's a touchdown. Elder.
Yep.
19-13. We're pending the extra point at the 7:30 mark of the 4th. Boy, I hate to come back to that non-holding call, but that
was a big call.
That was a big call.
The almost fumble.
It seemed obvious.
The almost fumble was a big call.
Now, extra point kicker is Adam Ray, and down the middle, halfway up the end zone, the bleachers in the end zone. 2013 is your score. 1-yard touchdown run by Maddox Arnold.
That was another long drive by them, almost 6 minutes, right? Possession.
Yep.
And so, I'm hopeful that they're not starting to wear us down and shake our confidence a little bit. We need to take this possession, get some points on the board.
Again, make sure to get text us 616-485-4825, 616-485-4825. Want to thank West End Body, serving Grand Rapids since 1965, located at 1693 Leonard Northwest, sponsors of our halftime show. And custom caulking, we could use the custom caulking touchdown right now, Steve.
That's right.
With a 2-point conversion and run out of here fast as you can. Like burn 7:29 off of the clock.
That
with
would
7:30 left in the game.
Just the way you want it to go.
The Norder family proudly supports West Catholic football, and they're great. Residential Commercial Custom Caulking is a short kick and catching the ball at the 35 with a fair catch is number 42 for West Catholic. That's Luke Redlinski. I want to thank Frank's Market, located at 1020 West Fulton in Grand Rapids. Fresh and smoked kielbasa, awesome steaks, roast, hot shots, deli meats, so much more. And part of that so much more is some beef jerky. I mean, I like the fresh beef jerky. It's so hard to find good fresh beef jerky. The place I used to go up in Traverse City, in my hometown, had the best fresh cherry jerky, and they don't sell anymore. They go fresh stable because it's more margin and it's easier to make and it stays forever. And I want my fresh cherry jerky. So if you want fresh jerky, better go to Frank's Market.
Okay, everybody else goes there for the kielbasa, but
yeah. Well, that's a given though, Steve. That's a given.
That's a nice hard run.
Up the middle with David Brittenfeld. Yep. Almost 5 yards on the carry.
I was going to say before you got on the beef jerky conversation, there's an old rule in football that if you fair catch a kick, you can tee the ball up on a tee. Defense has to go 10 yards off the ball, and you can kick a field goal from the tee.
Wow. I don't think we have anybody with that kind of leg, but
but if we were in the right situation.
We need Tom Dempsey. To the left, one around, dating myself now, end up the middle of Brittenfeld, and he's going to get swarmed by a host of purple guys.
There's only a handful of us that know that reference. One of them's Mr. Wagner.
That's for you, Ed.
Apparently, Ed was the one that said that I might have a new career. He just sent me that message. So
3rd down and 5, 6:28 left. Ball is at the 40 of West. They go left to right on your radio dial. They got their white uniforms, green numbers, white helmets.
This is a big down right here.
Green jersey pants going against the almost all purple Elder. Augustus steps up in the pocket. Got a receiver there and he overthrows him. He had Zagunis and he threw it high. And Zagunis can leap, but he can't get that high. Well, that was more like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar height. Now this is tough here. That was 4th and 5. You went kind of deep on that.
Yeah.
You didn't capitalize. You're at 6:09. You're losing 20-13, but you can't go for it in your own territory, right?
That's too much. Yeah. The where the ball is and the number of yards you need.
Or do you fake it?
Well, if you're Dan Campbell, you do.
Hey, last time Joe and I were on the box against Coopersville and talked about Dan Campbell calling a fake, that's exactly what happened. Oh, but somebody's coming in here late, so I'm going to guess that's not it. No. All right.
You never know.
We're back in punt formation. Roll out to the right. Oh, geez. Really low drive kick.
Get away from it.
And down to the 33-yard line. So what do we got here? 25, 27-yard kick. I don't know if that ball got more than 3 feet off the ground on that rolling kick.
Wondered if it hit one of the Elder players right over here about the 40-yard line. It seemed like it sort of skittered downfield from there.
If it hit it,
they would have called it if it did.
If it was an Elder player, it would be West ball then, right?
Yeah,
if they recovered. So 1st and 10, ball's at the 33 of Elder. They go right to left on your radio dial. There's 5:58 left, and it's time for the West Catholic defense to stand up.
They do. They have to step up, 3 and out, or get a turnover.
Here goes E-Step, quarterback. He's going to try to break contain. A nice ankle tackle there. He was one-on-one. If he breaks that, he could go for a ways. And who is that? That was number 21 for West.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention.
No, that's okay. Chance
Anderson. So.
And he took a chance and he made the tackle.
They did. That's one of the few times we've stopped the quarterback.
Yes.
At the line of scrimmage.
So 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. Elder, will take their time, huddle up.
They're content to let the clock run.
One left, one right. Thaman off to the left of E-Step. Is he going to get the ball? He is. He goes up the middle. Huge hole. Gets down to almost the 40. Boy, pick up a 7 on the play. Oh. Boy, there's a nice hole just to the left of center in that gap there.
All right.
A little trap play and opened it up.
They've run that a lot tonight. This is the most success they've had. Getting that. Yeah. That 6, 7, 8 yards. This is really big right here. A stop. They're going to punt. They wouldn't go for it down in this end of the field.
Thaman still in the backfield. Tight formation. Here comes the pass. The ball's up in the air and falls incomplete. Oh, the ball was up in the air.
It would have been great to have it, but stopping them is good too. So
4th and 3. They're going to punch.
Here comes the punt unit.
Oh, nice. That would have been nice to have it. But we're going to get the ball back with 4:29 left.
See if we can set up a return here. And
Coach was frustrated there. Somebody had a misassignment on Elder, and he's hearing about it. Here comes the snap. Good snap. Decent low drive punt. The West is going to let it go. Don't get it, and he did. Connor Olszewski picked it up.
All right.
The 25. I don't know if Landon Grove is going to be overly happy with Olszewski grabbing that, but Olszewski's got good hands, so it's tough.
Yeah,
and he's down on the ground again.
I think we've got another cramp situation.
So that's the 3rd time he's had a cramp tonight. So it's hot up here.
Yeah, imagine what it's like on that turf.
With pads on and everything. The helmet, right? I mean, your heat escapes through your head.
Well, and plus, we're down below street level, so whatever breeze there is probably not cooling anybody off.
No, you look over the trees.
It's not moving.
No rustling.
I mean, there was a point a little while ago where it was a little bit breezy, but not now.
We want to thank some of our sponsors while you have a chance. Paget Business Services, your small business expert for tax preparation. Visit Paget online at pbsgr.com, pbsgr.com. Realtor Melissa Homewood and Epic Realty. Visit Melissa Homewood and Epic Realty at melissahomewood.com. That's melissahomewood.com. Melissa Homewood and Epic Realty, your real estate done right. Duba, attorneys at law with offices at the Amway Grand Plaza. Duba specializes in business transactions, mergers, acquisitions, real estate, and estate planning. True West Catholic family of student coaches, boosters, and volunteers. Let Chris and Don Duba help with all your legal needs. Duba, attorneys at law, as West Catholic gets ready to go. We want to thank Shaner Avenue Nursery as well as 2 left, 1 right. Augustin hands it off to Britton. Fouled over the left side, breaks the tackle.
Way to keep your balance
and
there.
Kept his balance. Yeah, he gets over on the far side, over to the 32-yard line. Maybe a pick up a 4 on the play. And he comes out limping.
Boy.
And that'll bring Colin Abram in. This is not when you want your injuries to your depth guys and Olszewski in the backfield and Britton fouled. But Abram is a solid replacement.
Yeah,
if you're going to have a replacement.
We're going to have a replacement.
Yeah.
That's a sophomore.
We're deep at running back. 2 wide right, 1 left for West. Augustin, about 4 yards back in shotgun formation off to Abram, and he'll get stood up. maybe a yard, Steve, over on the left side, over that left guard. Third down, 3:31. Clock's ticking. West Catholic has all timeouts left.
All right.
4 down territory, Steve?
Yeah, I think at this stage of the game, and
because they're not putting a lot of pressure on Grady, that doesn't even set up a screenplay.
Right.
So, you got to get it out in the flats, or you try to do these button hooks where there's a lot of guys in space ready to wrap up.
At this point, you might want to throw to the out pattern and try to get them out of bounds.
Oh, interception. Batted up in the air and intercepted. What a great play by number 40 for Elder High School.
Oh, that's too bad.
Number 16 at the 40-yard line for Elder. That's Alex Dugan, 6'3" linebacker. He batted up with one hand as he was going back, and he adjusted left in front of him, caught it before the ball hit the turf barely. What an amazing play by that linebacker.
It's he was in the right place, made it all work. So now
your work's cut out for you.
Your work's cut out for you. Try to strip the ball because they're not going to throw. You got 3 timeouts, so
yeah, they're going to be running the ball here. Let's just see. Thaman's got the ball. Oh, on the left side, huge hole inside the 35 down to the 33.
So,
boy, they're clogging up the middle, and he's bouncing it right outside and not even very far, right off the tackle, and there's nobody there as everyone's moved inside of that trap.
Well, and we talked about the war of the trenches, and right now Elder is winning that war. So I don't know if it's just the fact that we're a little bit outmanned in terms of size, but also fatigue, perhaps. But the clock's moving, and
well, they like going over that left side where Tyrell Scott is, 6'4", 300-pound junior.
He's a big
He'll move some people
guy,
out of the way.
Big body.
Thaman's still in. He gets the ball up the middle. Same spot.
Nice tackle.
And that's going to be a first down. You almost want them to get a first down there if they're going to get one, rather than 3rd and 1 and milk the clock some more.
Right.
We're at the 2:08 mark. 3 timeouts remaining for both teams. 20-13 your score. Elder over West Catholic. And West
This is where
sell out.
What's that?
Did you sell out here?
You've got to. There's not much you can do.
Just play against the run, and it's almost like you have to have a spy on Thaman. I know he's fast, or maybe you have 2 spies on him. But you know what? No matter where he goes, you go. E-step with the ball. Easier said than done, too, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just going to wait till that official starts the countdown.
Here goes the handoff to Thaman. Huge hole on the right side down to the 25. He's going to pick up 5 on the play, and we're going to call timeout, our first timeout at the 126 mark. And I don't know what to say other than there's just huge holes. He's not getting touched until he's 4 yards downfield.
Yeah, it's great blocking. I want to give them credit.
Absolutely.
Elder deserves credit. And their backs are taking their time, finding the crease, and then they're bouncing it to where the daylight is. So, but as Al McGuire used to say, the fat lady hasn't even got out of her seat yet, so we don't think this is quite over. Lots can happen.
Sure. Cough up a fumble. It's been known to be done. So stick around with Steve and I as we'll have a post-game report. It'll be a pretty quick one because I am going to be catching the bus back with the team. First time in 15 years that I have traveled with the team. Of course, I don't need to travel to Coopersville and Allendale, right? But coming down to Cincinnati, they were so gracious, Coach Grove and company, to invite me along, and I'll be heading back with them, and I don't want to miss that ride, that's for sure.
No, you'd have to ride with me, and that wouldn't be fun.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad thing, right? And Stamen gets
nice tackle there.
Tackled in the middle.
That's the first time we've really stuffed him at the line.
Yes, and it's because he didn't bounce outside. He took it right up the middle.
So we have to burn another timeout here.
Nice.
21 on the clock.
Nice tackle by Trace Tanis from his nose tackle position. And again, as Darren Smith said in, today when we were talking pregame, it's like Trace Tanis has really improved one of the best improved players from last year to this year. Second down and 6, balls at the 25, 1:21 left. 2013 is your score. Elder over West Catholic. As West Catholic burns their second timeout, got one left. And they'll probably have to take it after the second down, and that will leave third down, and then they'll be able to milk some more clock. So even if West Catholic...
It should be third down right now, right?
Yeah, that's right. It is third down because he got 5 yards on the first yard, nothing. Yep. So the scoreboard has it wrong, 2nd and 6. Thank you.
Yep.
This is why we pay you the big bucks to be a color analyst.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know if the scoreboard operator...
Third down, scoreboard operator. There we go. We got it. So
all
third
right.
down and 6.
So let's say we stop them here and we burn our last timeout.
Thaman is still in there. I'm surprised they're not going with Arnold, right? The big bruising back, but let's see what happens. Oh, this could be a direct snap to Thaman. Yep, Estep is out. Thaman gets it up the middle, and he puts his head down. He's got a first down. Wow. Over that left side on the direct snap, and he's got an Elder first
just
down.
Called timeout with 1:18, but
they marked him short. They marked him short. That'll bring up fourth down. You know, he crawled for it, like his knee hit, but he's such a jitterbug. You know, he's 5'8", like Barry Sanders, but he's skinny and
he's got speed
too.
So I don't know why.
Oh gosh,
I don't understand what's going on here.
I don't know what is. The third down marker guy, is way back like 4 or 5 yards.
Where the ball?
They haven't marked They haven't marked for a first down. They're going to measure. They're going to measure. Yeah.
But I don't understand why the guy holding the down marker had to move. That normally doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But
this is going to be close.
It's very close.
Naked eye looks like he made it, but let's just see looks like they just moved the ball.
Yeah.
First down. By the nose of the football, Elder gets a first down. 1:18 left.
They say it's a game of inches. There's a perfect example of it.
Yeah, that would have brought up fourth down and an interesting play call, right?
Yeah.
You got to think they might QB sneak it or whatever, but still, fourth down, anything can happen, snap or whatever. But now that it's first down.
I don't know, maybe.
I would think it's going to be victory formation. He'd probably put a knee on it.
Well, we didn't use our timeout, so. So the clock's running.
Yeah, the clock's running. He's going to wait.
It's going to take
It's going to take a long time. I mean, this will take it down. It's at 57. He could take it down probably to 50. He just put his knee down at the 51 marker.
All right. I see what we're doing. We're just conceding.
He might take one more. No?
Yeah,
he's just going to let it go.
They spotted it, so I think he has to snap it one more time.
Yeah.
And then that'll be it.
Yeah, but Coach Grove's not taking that last time out. He's
that's a good move.
Yeah. So 2nd and 13, 26 seconds. This should be the last snap of the ball game. Estep takes a knee. And that's going to do it here from the pit, Cincinnati Elder High School. Your score is Cincinnati Elder 20, your West Catholic Falcons 13, and the first home loss in 2 years, or first regular season loss in a couple of years for West Catholic.
Yeah, but they gave Elder everything they wanted tonight, and a couple of bounces of the ball a certain way, and this might have been a totally different outcome. So it certainly could have. We have stuff to work on, but there's not. Don't hang your heads.
And especially maybe what the difference of the game was is Elder had one game under their belt.
Yep.
West Catholic didn't, and that makes all the difference in the world for a game that is so tightly contested.
Yep.
Is this that could have went any other way?
Well, and you're in the pit, as we've been saying, 6-hour bus ride. Even if you did spend the night in a hotel, it's still different. And these are high school kids. They're college and pros are used to travel, and I'm very proud of our team.
So am I. They fought hard, come down here in this heat, and just a great battle between two perennial powerhouses in Michigan and Ohio. West Catholic coming in ranked number 7 in the state, and number 24 was Elder, and they came in 1-0, and just a long history of success with Doug Ramsey, over 200 wins, 5th winningest coach in Ohio history, and he's not done yet. So great experience for the kids. You want to go. I mean, the 6-hour bus ride's a lot nicer when you go with a W. Absolutely. But it also gives them a lot of time to think about where they can improve, right? Going into the next game. And this is going to help. Very tough schedule for West Catholic this year, playing, defending champion South Christian. They're playing Christian High School. Coopersville that won against Otsego big last night in their opening matchup. They're Division III. Zeeland West to end the year. Hamilton, no slouch. And so really a lot of formidable foes on the schedule for West Catholic. Yeah, we do have our work cut out for us, and it'll be a tough slog. But getting this one under your belts, even without the win, you learn a lot, and you got to eliminate those mistakes and start looking ahead to our next opponent on I don't know if they'll practice on Monday or not, but at some point put this behind you, but learn from it, and then next time out, let's see if we can eliminate all those errors we made, because we made some. We did make some, although first game out wasn't too bad. Right. Yep. I mean, there's just little things, little tweaks that will serve them well. As we continue our Fox Pools post-game show, we want to thank all of our sponsors. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Fox Pools, Custom Caulking, West End Body, Frank's Market, Paget Business Services, Duba Attorneys at Law, Shaner Avenue Nursery, Moore & Sons Roofing, and your Falcon Touchdown Club. I'm going to see if we can get some final stats. They've been really good at getting stats to us tonight, and hopefully maybe Tim, maybe we'll get Tim, can you see if they have final stats? Can you see if they have final stats? Yep. You ask and you shall receive that quick. That's okay. You go ahead and look at it. So, let's take a peek at these together. First of all, let's look at total yards. 234 yards for Elder, 178 yards for West Catholic. As both of us take a look at the stats here. Again, 2013 is your score. So, looks just like his father. He's right down there. So passing yards, 107 for Elder and 100 for West Catholic. So interesting how even that was. Yep. 12 for 23 for West Catholic, 11 for 17 for Elder. And I guess, as you look at this, you would expect maybe it to be a close game because the stats look really close. What was interesting is our time of possession in the first half, we had almost 16 minutes. They had 8. Right. Reversed in the second half. And actually for the game, Elder had 24 minutes and 52 seconds, and we had 23 minutes and 5 seconds. So a total flip-flop there in the second half. And that's the game right there, right? Controlling the line of scrimmage and the time of possession. Let's take a look at, statistics for West Catholic. This is probably one of the biggest things. Those linebackers and a defensive line for Elder really held our running game in check, Steve. Brittenfeld, 12 carries for 38 yards, or for 37 yards. 37, yeah. And his long was 13, but he only averaged 3.1 yards per carry. So Brittenfeld's a great running back. Colin Abram, 7 carries for 26 yards, 3.7 per carry. Connor Olszewski, 4 carries for 14 yards, and Gabe Schwieters, 1 carry for 3 yards. So they really held that that rushing attack in check to 60, 70, 80 yards rushing for West Catholic. Yeah. Not what you're used to seeing from the potent rushing attack for West Catholic, one that went for 3,300 yards last year. Yeah, exactly. And, and we kept finding ourselves in third and long situations. Like our first down and second down plays weren't getting us
into the situation of being able to do things on third down or getting a first down early. And that changes your play calling. So you have to, because you're always trying to get that first down.
Sure
But
does.
again, something to build on for next week and the rest of the season.
We look at the passing, 12 for 23, 100 yards, 1 TD, and an interception for Grady Augustin. Receiving, favorite target, Jack Zagunis. 5 receptions for 40 yards. He had an 18-yarder was his long. Aaron Record, 3 catches for 20 yards. Schwieters, couple catches for 23. And Connor Olszewski caught a couple balls as well for 17 yards, one of those being that little short touchdown play that they had before halftime. Looking at Elder, Thaman, 17 carries for 82. Most of that damage done in the second half. Some of those sustaining drives that they really needed. Thaman really came through, averaged almost 5 yards per carry. Estep, 6 carries for 40 yards. Nice job for him. Maddox Arnold only had 10 carries for 20 yards.
But they were big yards, even though that wasn't very much in number.
Yeah, when they needed a first down, Maddox Arnold, when it's 3rd and 1,
or
4th and 1. Yeah, or a touchdown, that's right. He had a
TD.
He had 2 TDs on the night, did Maddox Arnold. Christopher Caden Estep, 11 for 17, 107 and a touchdown. No sacks on the night, which was interesting with both quarterbacks. Both of them were sophomores, and neither one took a sack. And you figure between both of them, they had 40 attempts and not 1 sack.
Right. So credit to the offensive lines.
Yes, right. And they both had big offensive lines.
Yep.
So they did their job, right? They protected well.
But going down to our defense, our linebackers and safeties were having to make tackles instead of on the line of scrimmage or getting to the quarterback and putting them in a hole. So I think that's something we need to focus on as we go forward.
For sure. So. Receiving for Elder, Christopher Pfaff, 4 for 45. Joey Thaman caught 3 balls out of the backfield for 14 yards. Trenton Meyer, 2 for 9. And Jackson Ruth, 1 catch for 20 yards. And again, who's missing from the stats? Braden Boeing.
Yeah.
The Miami of Ohio signee, they couldn't get him on track. So as a defensive coordinator, you're like, hey, one of the biggest threats offensively, Braden Boeing, we held him down. But give credit to Elder because they still found a way to win the ball game.
Right.
Even with a threat like that.
Yep.
We look at the scoring summary at the 4:24 mark in the first. Elder to Jackson Ruth, 20-yard touchdown pass, and of course the Max Crawford extra point made it 7-0. That's how we would end the first quarter, Steve. Second quarter, West Catholic got on the board. Landon Smith, 25-yard field goal, made it 7-3, and then with 18 seconds left. Connor Olszewski, boy, that was a great play on 4th down, 3-yard pass from Grady Augustin, and the Landon Smith kick made it 10-7 at halftime. And you felt really good if you're West Catholic coming into this environment, leading at halftime. Of course, Elder got the ball to start the second half, and they marched pretty efficiently with that first possession. Maddox had a 2-yard touchdown run at the 7:06 mark. In the third, they took the lead for the first, to 13-10, took back the lead, I should say. West Catholic came back and tied the game with a Landon Smith field goal in the third quarter at the 1:28 mark. And that's where we stood, until about halfway through the second half of the 7:30 mark. Maddox Arnold, 1-yard touchdown plunge. And that was the game, 2013, and that was your final score. So just a battle back and forth. Both teams had leads at different times in the game. Elder came out. They punched first. West Catholic punched back with a little bit of a field goal at themselves. They punched back with a touchdown. They took the lead, and Elder said, you know what, we'll make some second half adjustments, and they proved to be victorious tonight in a hard-fought battle.
Yeah, we kicked 2 field goals, which is awesome, but if those 2 field goals had been touchdowns, this would have been a totally different result, right?
Different ball game,
because that does something in a demoralizing way to your opponent.
Yeah.
But
and again, we want to give all the credit.
Yeah.
And we're not taking anything away from our offense because it's the great defense of Elder. Not too many teams are going to play this year. They're going to have 2 Division I players at the linebacking core like Elder does. And, credit to them, their big defensive line. They did a nice job holding West Catholic in check. And quite honestly, we talked about it, right, in terms of balance. 107 yards passing for Elder, 100 for West Catholic. A little bit more rushing because they had the ball there at the end and marched a few yards. So they had about 140 yards rushing to our 80, and that was really the difference of the ball game, 234 versus 178. Otherwise, everything else.
Yeah,
a pretty even ball game.
We went toe-to-toe with them, and it was a slugfest, and the better team won. I think that's true. But we certainly had chances. So I look forward to seeing how we perform going on.
Yeah, I do. And, one thing with Landon Grove and Coach Darren Smith at the defensive coordinator position, that, they're going to make some changes and they're going to make some adjustments. And again, this will pay dividends. So, you hate to say a loss is a good thing, but even last year when we were up against Coopersville and we were down at halftime, I remember saying at that time, this is a great battle. Coopersville is a Division III team. We're a Division V team. Even if we would have lost that game, I think I said this after the game, even if we would have lost, I think it would have served us well because you want to play really good competition early and late because it's going to help you through the season.
Right.
And so a test like this is going to help you the rest of the season. And then, of course, coming up against a formidable opponent in the middle of the year with South Christian, and then at the end of the year with Zeeland West. In terms of scheduling, tough opponents that get you ready for the playoffs. I think from a scheduling standpoint, you probably couldn't schedule it any better for West.
Right. It was a tough opener, but it should serve us well going forward. So.
Yeah. Well, any final thoughts here before we say goodbye to all our listeners there?
I once again just want to compliment the folks here at Elder for their hospitality, for all of their help with stuff, for the timely stats and all the things they did. Kids played a great game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out this time, and I think there's some good things to come in this season.
Yeah,
so, I appreciate you putting up with me. I'm a rookie at this, so I'm trying to learn as I go.
Well, you came through as a seasoned veteran, I will tell you that. So I appreciate you stepping in because you did a fantastic job. And I do want to thank, everybody here at Elder as well. They just did a fantastic job. Kevin, their AD, and Phil, who handles the technology here. Both of them were so gracious and so hospitable. They brought drinks and they brought food and did whatever we needed to be really comfortable in here. Not only tonight, but yesterday I saw that when the team came in. We had the bus broke down actually when it got here.
Oh, wow.
There's a turbo booster that broke down on the bus. They had to switch buses, so we had to go in for, probably a good hour and a half and kind of wait things out as one bus took players to the hotel across the bridge in Covington and then came back and got us. And they're just so hospitable. It did anything we needed, they were there for. They brought out extra waters and did all sorts of things.
Great.
So
that's good to hear.
So we really appreciate that. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. First game of the year for West Catholic, second game for Elder. West Catholic comes down on the short end of the stick, 20-13. Again, we want to thank our sponsors for tonight: Fox Pools, Custom Caulking, West End Body, Frank's Market, Padgett Business Services, Duba & Duba Attorneys at Law, Shaner Avenue Nursery, Moore & Sons Roofing, and your Falcon Touchdown Club. Now remember, you can catch us live all year long on the YouTube channel. Click on live once you get to the Falcons YouTube channel. Make sure you share that with your friends. Away games, we'll have the audio broadcast with the video feed, pregame and postgame, and halftime. And then while we're at home, we will, since we have access to the huddle feed camera at their home contest. We will show video and audio on those. So we thank you so much for joining us tonight. For my broadcast partner, Steve Abid, who did a fantastic job jumping in the saddle, and I appreciate it again, friend. And we hope to see you again down the road this year.
Thank you, Tom.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And from the pit, David Bartlett Field here in Cincinnati, Ohio, your final score, Cincinnati Elder 20, West Catholic Falcons 13. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you next week at 6:30 as West Catholic Falcons take on Coopersville at Coopersville High School. Have a great weekend, everyone.
All righty.